All right. Oh yeah, let's do this. Woo! Hey, hello, everybody. My name is Alsonic, and welcome to another live reaction video. And you checking it out? Bam! Look at that. There it is. Really X that out of the screen. Full screen this. Boom! There we are. Dead by Daylight, February 2026 community stream. I have to change the title of that video to make more sense of that, because I guess the title of the video hasn't me doing this. It just says me reacting to Dead by Daylight's community stream. I didn't know what the actual video was, so yeah, I can edit the title after me no longer doing this live. Yeah, it's about to start in 30 minutes, starting soon, it says. Yeah, let's do this. Something for like all kill comeback, the trickster and all that. There's a new map, a new realm coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna react to this. It's probably the first ever community stream I ever react to. Dead by Daylight community stream of February 2026. Probably, I guess, their first community stream of the year, I guess. Yeah, since the last one I reacted to was Dead by. It was Stranger Things, right? Oh, here we go. Let's start. Do this. Let's go. All right. Hey.
Hello,
Hello.
DVD universe. We're so happy to have you back here in our living room.
This guy.
Nice living room you've
Cool.
got. It's bigger than mine.
I live here. It's my bedroom. Welcome,
Oh,
everybody.
really?
We have a fantastic show for you today.
That's funny.
This is one of our monthly community streams, which we've kicked off just a few months ago. With each one, we're getting better, learning more things, adding new stuff. And today we have a whole smorgasbord of devs that you're going to get to meet, which is part of the purpose here, is for you to meet our team and not just hear from us.
Nice.
But
Right.
a lot to talk about. We've got Grimoire.
We've got a lot of things.
God, their microphone quality is so low.
With the game next week.
Yeah.
Barely hear them.
PTB coming next week for our next chapter. He'll be on Tuesday.
Wait,
A
next
lot
chapter.
of this show is going to be what you're going to see in that PTB. We've seen
They're
some of you
already
have
doing
already seen
another
some of our
chapter?
teasers out on social. So you've already got a
God
bit
dang,
of
the
a
mic
vibe
quality.
to expect.
And they have so much trouble over there.
We are
with
psyched,
technical
psyched,
problems.
psyched.
We are.
So first, we're just going to go through some very quick news, and then we're going to get to all that content. So get comfy. Yeah. As mentioned, PTB's next Tuesday. We've got something much more specific going on with Wraith.
We're monitoring a situation right now with the Wraith's
Another
add-on
chapter?
Soot and the action.
This is a new chapter? Really?
So we will
The new map or whatever?
Designers on with us a little bit later that we might be able to get a bit more information about that.
I
But
can
it's
barely
not
hear him.
something that is technically a bug because it's an intended add-on. This is a legacy add-on from 10 years ago.
Yeah,
So
technical
the interaction
problems.
wasn't quite
Yeah, man.
intended. So
I don't
we're going
know.
to look at what to do with that action.
This
whether we keep
sucks,
it,
but it is what it
whether we
is.
Adapt it and things
It's
like
a
that.
shame.
Because we can see players have had a lot of fun with it.
I think
do
your
what they
audio
can, I
might be
guess.
having issues there, Mandy.
Oh no, I'm not.
It might be your
Dang.
mic. Your mic is down into your sweatshirt.
Okay, hang
Her
on.
microphone. Oh, okay. There we go. Finally.
Thanks, y'all.
Yes. Thanks, y'all.
I'll let Mandy give that update again once her mic's Oh,
How's that?
good.
Are we
How are we
better?
sounding, everybody?
There
I
we
haven't got a
go.
PC, so I can't see.
Great. You
chat.
sound better now.
Oh, it was me? Someone in chat says, no, it was me, not her. Sorry. It's fine now. Great.
Okay.
All right. Why
I
don't we
was
talk
hearing
about
both,
Wraith again?
but I don't know.
Okay, so
Whatever.
Wraith. We have a legacy add-on, which
Huh?
is Serpent Soot, and there's been
was him?
a strange interaction with Turn Back the Clock
I
because the
I heard both of them kind of having problems with the mic.
You don't actually kick the generator, for example, and it instantly uncloaks the Wraith, which is actually kind of a fun add-on. It's technically not a bug because it's working as designed, but it's just sort of unintended. So the team is currently monitoring the situation to see what we will do, if anything, about it. So we're going to have a few discussions with the designers while they figure out what they want for that interaction between Soot and Turn Back the Clock.
I have enjoyed turning back the clock, though. It's very satisfying to
It
do
is,
that.
isn't it? Especially in Chase, and then you just zap.
We've got currently not one, but two surveys running in the game right now. You can check out in the inbox, which we highly recommend you do because we need your feedback.
We do, especially at 2v8. That's going to be the current iteration. So please make sure you've actually played 2v8 played a couple of games, and then given us the feedback on it. And the other one is our general player pulse survey. So that is the one that comes out regularly. And that is a lot of information, and it's a big survey. So please, it's a super important one. Please take it.
And thank you for all who have been doing our surveys. Lots and lots of you are doing it, which is great because we're getting tons of data.
That I'm not supposed to give.
Great.
The killer balancing survey that we had, it broke all our numbers on survey numbers.
We broke survey records?
We broke survey records.
Great.
Our previous CSATs, we broke that.
Turns out people have opinions on killer balance.
Yeah, it was close to 200,000 answers. So that was like really well done. So we're going to be going through all those, and you can expect to see some updates based on those answers. And if I can give an overview of what the answers were at some point, Eric. Let's see if we can do it.
This is like on wrestling, on WWE, when they're like, they set up a match and the crowd is all like, yeah, it's happening. Like, and it's going to happen next month. And the crowd's like, oh.
I haven't had the meeting yet. We're still, there's a lot of data. It's
next
all
month.
Gone through
all right.
the research team, so we don't have
next time,
full
maybe.
Things.
All right. There was a very important fix. If you've been playing 2v8, you've noticed a couple issues.
Yep, a few crashes.
So the crashes, and there was also Wesker.
Yeah, the Wesker being able to soft lock.
I had silly crashes.
Forcing them to disconnect.
So those were both addressed yesterday. So if you didn't pop in since then, pop back into 2v8. You're safe.
Yeah.
And very quickly, you might have noticed, or maybe not, we are underway for the Year of the Horse, which includes an in-game set of quests. And if you haven't noticed our social side of things, we have an additional promo code that will get you more BP and a cool charm.
Yeah.
So celebrate the Year of the Horse. If you're celebrating right now, I salute you. And go get that. Blood points for
Horse.
Yes. Our favorite horse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Another small thing, but very, very, very exciting for those of us who love this game. We are doing another collab with Balatro. If you're a Balatro fan, you recall from last year or whenever it was.
Balatro.
Yeah, it was last year. We got DVD card sets in Balatro. And now we've turned the tables, and we've got a Balatro cosmetic coming for the unknown. And you're going to get it starting tomorrow. You got to go to our social channels, get a promo code to do that. So go check out your social channel of choice. I'm not going to suggest one because they're all terrible.
Extramos socials.
Yes. And then last bit of news. This is another really fun one, especially for our Scottish and Northern UK audience.
Okay.
We're going back to HorrorCon Scotland. It's going to be on April 11th, and we are sending both Dork and Omnia. So if you want to go meet them and say hi, they will be there. And you can have a great time because they've actually upgraded the experience that they had last year, which is already cool. They have a whole DVD experience, like you have to survive and there's killers and all. It's great. So shout out to the HorrorCon Scotland folks. They're really cool to work with. And that's it for me mumbling about news. Let's get into the content of the show that you're here to see. We're going to start things off with the Grimoire. I'm going to leave.
Okay.
And Omnia is going to join us with our lovely design people. So give us a quick transition. We'll be right back.
Yeah. There, the Grimoire. Yeah, I've been keeping up with this, like, very little since the beginning, but I know, I understand what it is. I don't know, it just doesn't happen. Like, I'm not too happy about that, but yeah. Oh, I can still continue with it like as it's still going on. Like right now, of course. I've been really keeping up with it. I did since the beginning, but yeah. Like, I remember voting and wanting the killer to be like another otherworldly type of killer, you know? Like Eldritch, otherworldly, kind of like the Dredge and Unknown, for example. I wanted to see another killer like that. We got something like a duty or something. Forgot what it was.
Hello, everyone.
Oh.
Omnia here. We're here for the Grimoire segment of this stream. It's going to be really exciting. We have a lot of news to give all of you. But first, before we get started, just in case this is your first introduction to the Grimoire, we're going to give you a little bit of a recap of what the Grimoire is. So it's something we kicked off last year. It's our first community-made chapter. So we give you, our players, the ability to vote on the multiple different aspects of making a chapter, from the broader themes to the finer details, and we're just right now getting into those finer details, which is really fun. And we take all of your votes, and then we work on bringing the vision to life. So that's really exciting. And since January, you've had the ability to further define the characters that we're going to be bringing to the fog by voting on the killer silhouette and material, and the survivor's face and mood board. And we'll continue to refine those, and their lore in the coming months through your votes again, with the next one opening next week. It's going to be very exciting. And on February 27th. So coming very soon.
We're just making a long
and you'll get to vote on a number of things. We'll do a little reminder at the end. The killer and the survivor's final concept, their names, the killer weapon, and the chapter's name. So all very exciting.
But
yeah, we can't wait.
So cool.
It's going to be so exciting. I cannot wait. But I'm not alone here. I'm joined by Jeff and Jay from the design and the art team to give you a little update on the progress we're making on the Grimoire side of things. So I'm going to pass it on to you, Jeff, to give us some more details about the prototype.
Yes. So hey everyone, you may or may not know me. If you don't, my name is Jeff. I'm a senior game designer. I've been working on Dead by Daylight for many years, and I have the opportunity and honor of working on this chapter, which is fantastic. I've been loving seeing the votes and things take shape. It's really been awesome so far. So today I'm going to talk about the prototype. We recently passed Gate 2, which is about expanding and finding the fun. And we've just entered what we would call the refinement/polish phase. So fine-tuning, finding the balance to make it feel good. And this, of course, goes beyond just the prototype, but this is where we start looking at the numbers and seeing how things feel. So yeah, the first thing that I will show you is, well, like I said, the prototype is progressing nicely. We just passed Gate 2. And then we also had a recent blog post that we shared, which gave you insight on what we've done so far. We've done a few more things since that post, but it gave you a little, behind-the-scenes view of what's happened. So yeah, let's get into it. The first thing I'll talk about is the Hopeless Exile. So the Hopeless Exile is the realm where you banish survivors as the killer, and they must face challenges while they're in there. And initially, the way that it worked is that you would be sent there, and it was like a timer, and you could make it go faster, and eventually you would get out. So here's what it looked like. I apologize if it's a bit choppy. This is a GIF which doesn't seem to be loading right now.
Work in progress.
Again.
I think it's because you said GIF and not GIF. I think that's the reason why.
GIF?
Okay, it's not working. Okay, it's fine. We'll go to the video instead. So, does this work?
Come on, man.
I think the Hopeless Exile. Yeah.
Perfect. So
it's working.
It's going to be a little fast, and I'm going to replay it again. But this is what it was basically. So you see, there's the depleting gauge around the survivor portrait. That was your exile timer, and you could collect these crystals to make it go faster. And once it was over, you would go back to the entity's realm. So I'm going to go back. Just
go back to entity's realm? Like what? Go to a different realm?
Obviously, with prototypes, we do playtesting. We do a lot of playtesting internally, externally with the user research team, with our consultants. We get a lot of feedback.
You can tell by the floor and
for the Exile, in the first version that we had, the feedback that we got
there's no
was
texture
mostly that it
on
felt
everything.
Too easy and uninteresting as Survivor. Because initially, like even before this version that I just showed, there were no crystals. You were just dodging the pillars of light that you could see in the Exile. And so we added the crystals to give an objective to survivors to play with, and to make it even more satisfying to collect, we made it give you a haste bonus, so you get like the little speed boost, and that was very well received. But even with that, the comments that we got was that something was missing. There was interactivity that was missing. And of course, the level that you see here is not at all final. It's not even the layout that we want. This is really just to be able to test the Exile. So we just like have a flat plane with like these random blocks placed around. It's all work in progress. But yeah, so that's what we did first. And no, it's not clicking. Production, help.
Production is on it.
Oh,
okay, so anyway,
annoying.
when
What are
we
the
were
odds?
discussing
All
the
these
Exile,
technical bombs.
the one with the depleting timer, we had a bit of an epiphany where the survivors just didn't feel pressure for being in there. So some of the comments that we got was even that they felt safe and they felt like it was a grace period of some kind.
And you don't want them to feel safe in the hopeless exile.
No, exactly. Like this is the killer is sending you there to punish you, so you shouldn't feel safe. So what we did, the epiphany that we had is that it has to be like a hook, right? Previously, it counted as a hook state, but it didn't have the risk of being on a hook. So with the current version, which you're seeing at very high speed, because it's a very long video, it's actually like a hook, 1-to-1. So you get sent there, you get your hook, and your hook timer starts draining. And here, if you get hit by the pillars, it actually depletes your hook timer faster. So there's a very high risk to being in there and getting hit.
It was like being on a hook, but you're not on a
the
hook.
crystals in this version, we're still exploring what they're going to do, but there is something that I wanted to mention, which is initially the killer could go in there, and we removed it because we felt that it was adding a layer of complexity that was not needed. And of course, complexity and cognitive load is always something that we care about because we don't want things to be difficult to understand or like start learning or just start playing with. However, we got feedback from our playtesters, both internal and external, that they want to go in there as killer. They want to see it. They want to experience it, which is, it makes sense. It's the killer's realm. So, all that to say that we will be exploring the killer going back in there, but it is not set in stone because the killer's kit, as it is, feels very complete. There's a lot of moving parts already, and it may feel like, again, still that layer that's too much and makes it too complex. So we'll have to see. But all of this is very normal for prototyping. Like in prototypes, we test things quickly, we validate them, we for lack of a better term, we kill things, we take them out, we try them again. It's just like we're
very fitting for the killer,
Yeah. We're constantly iterating. Like that's the whole point of the prototype is to test ideas and validate them so that when we start production, we are confident in moving forward, and we know that all the work that we're going to do is going to end up in a really good product for our players. The next thing that I want to mention is the artifact. So really quickly, back when you guys voted on the power, you voted for how to send accumulate with artifacts.
What we've seen so far.
And that was the idea that survivors may try to wield your relics, but they face severe punishment. And a lot of discourse that we saw online was that players didn't seem to like the idea that you would get punished for carrying something. And like the immediate link that was made is that carrying the object will make you gain sin. And I think everyone made that connection, like even internally. However, we know both internally and our players that sort of thing can lead to a lot of problems in terms of balancing, because if the stars get punished for carrying something, they're just not going to carry it. And so it becomes irrelevant because they're not going to interact with it. And then we'd have to find a way to force them to carry it, which arbitrary things like that, they tend to not feel too great from a player perspective. So we went back to the drawing board, and while we were discussing the Exile and the hook state and everything like that, we had this idea of integrating the artifact in the Exile.
Reminds me.
I think
You're carrying that cube and trying to solve it.
That was very difficult to see. I'm sorry. I'll just hold it like that.
Sense that you're trying to solve it.
The idea is you can find the artifact in the Exile, and what it does is you'll be able to, the crystals that you see, instead of running towards them, you'll collect them with this artifact.
If you remember.
Gameplay is still being determined, but once you've charged it, it will grant you
Oh,
immunity
that's what
to
came
one of the
to mind.
pillars, so you can avoid your
Guess
hook
it's a little
state being
similar, but
drained.
not
That's the
really.
next thing we're going to try. And again, this is exploration. We'll see if it works. It may not stick, and it may not be in the final product, but that's a way that we felt would respect the players' votes, because the idea is that while you're collecting the
Cenobites are
crystals
more
with the
cosmic.
artifact, like imagine it
Leviathan's
works like a
cosmic.
flashlight or the EMP from the
That's more of a
singularity,
cosmic
you're putting
entity.
yourself at risk of being hit by those pillars because your movement speed is slower, maybe your visibility is smaller.
Yeah.
So, I think it links pretty nicely to Survivors may try to wield your
cosmic.
relics but face severe punishment. So, again, we'll have to see. Yeah.
It's worth mentioning is that, as you explain all the changes that are happening, the thing that is really unique with the Grimoire is that we're taking you, our players, through every step of the way.
Yes.
And so you get to see the changes that we have to make sometimes in the background for, other releases to make sure that a power, can work well and can be fun and can be, appreciated on both sides. So here it's like there's all these changes happening and you get to see why we're making them too, which is really cool. We get to take you with us through this process.
Yeah, and again,
Seem to struggle at that with this
prototyping
game,
is all
but
about iterating quickly and finding
say it was
what
easy.
works, what doesn't.
Yeah.
And one of my previous leads has once told me,
Some good developers from
fail
like
fast, follow
Blizzard
the
with
fun.
Overwatch or this
because that's
game,
what prototyping is all about. If you
like,
identify what doesn't work quickly, you can move on to finding
That's
what
it.
works, right?
those developers.
so-
Try it.
Exactly.
That's it. You need to try it first.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think one of the main points that I want to highlight is that
Like, are they just doing something they don't
as
have
a
a lot of
designer, when you
experience
work on a
with?
feature, you get a lot
With that
of
type of game
and
or
you
what?
have to learn to filter that feedback.
I'm speaking from observation.
Feedback is important, but you have to understand why that feedback
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah,
What's
and
the
there's a
problem
good
that you're trying
development
to
with
solve
Zuzu.
based on that feedback. And one of the things with this feedback that we got about the Exile is that it was consistent, right? And when feedback is consistent, kind of hints that
Yeah.
something is not working as it should. So
That's it.
that's where we're making a lot of changes. All right, sorry, I have to grab the clicker. Moving on to the Ray of Retribution. So that is the active power that you guys voted on. And it's the description that was voted on was you channel a beam of divine energy to punish the unworthy. Something along those lines. So I'm going to show you, maybe the GIF is going to work. No dice, no dice. Oh, give it time? Okay, production says to give it time. So with the Ray of Retribution, the first thing that we explored, you saw a doodle of that actually very recently, was the idea that
Yeah.
it was very, stick figure drawing is my strength. So it's the idea that you charge up this beam and there's like a warning phase and then it triggers and it fires and it does its thing. And, I'm going to be very blunt and honest. It worked. Like it worked. It did the thing that it was supposed to do. However, coming back to the feedback, we got consistent feedback both internally and externally from the user research team, which, by the way, if you don't know, you can go to the behavior website to sign up for the playtest squad. You may test a bunch of different things, not specifically the Grimoire, but if you're interested in helping out, you could do that. So user research team with their playtest squad and the consultants, the feedback was consistent that it lacked depth and skill expression. And obviously, when we design a killer power, we want it to feel engaging. And when there's no depth and no skill expression, it ends up kind of falling flat, and that's not great.
No. Well, you want the fun again.
Yes,
You want
yes,
the fun to be a
exactly.
part of it, like you
Exactly.
were mentioning.
Yeah. So production, I'm just going to skip to the video production. Thank you. So I'll show you what it looks like now.
All right. Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we can still see each other. Yeah.
Man.
Okay, you want me to say that? Okay. Sorry, production. That wasn't clear. All right, we'll be right back. We're having technical difficulties. BRB, guys.
Yeah, I get it. Guess it happens. Nothing's perfect. That's rough. The amount of technical difficulties that these guys keep having. Gosh. Happens, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Things just don't work out for these guys. I don't know, I feel like things never really work out for me either when I'm doing something. God. Oh, look at that in the background. That's the new map, right? The new map, the comeback map for all kill. Look at the Trickster up there. They're doing what, a rework for Trickster? I gotta try and play Trickster. I have not played Trickster yet, but I haven't. I've had it for a long time. Well, because it's perks and stuff. So I'm gonna use the Trickster before they rework
Ravage version
them.
was too powerful.
Yes.
But we can get back into it.
Yes. Thank you, production, for letting me know. Right, so I'm going to show you the GIF now because it's actually playing. So this is the current version, or the previous version, sorry, was the beam. So here you see you're aiming as the killer, and then you fire it, which has the expansion, which was the warning phase, and you got the blue part, which is the actual effect phase. So like I was saying, we got consistent feedback that it lacked depth and skill expression, and this,
this game design, that's what it looks like when it's not
got to
finished.
test it, the playtesters,
yeah,
they were
that's
very creative in using it. They were using it through gaps. They were using it, over loops, which was
I know it
cool,
looks like
but
we can do game
even with
design
all that,
for game
it still
development.
didn't meet the criteria or the expectation that they had with a killer power, which, because it was consistent, we had to pivot.
The cone
We
for
couldn't
the
just keep
visual
going in this
effect.
direction.
Visual
And at this point, we challenged our own assumptions, which is, does the beam actually have to come from the killer himself? Because it's very, I think, intuitive to think that a beam that you fire comes from you as the killer, but we challenged that. And so the alternative that we got, and I'm sorry for making this comparison, I apologize,
which direction's
but I have to, 'cause
heading?
it's the easiest way to explain it is kind of like an orbital laser, right? You're going to see in the next GIF, this is the current version that we are testing. So you can charge, which has this pillar that forms and starts moving away from you. And as it moves away, you can control it. And then you can fire it as well, which will basically send it flying in a straight line from whatever direction it was going. And it will also increase the speed like twice or
this is like Henry Krill.
Who knows? We'll have to see. It's balancing.
One from Stranger Things.
But so far, with this, it's been super promising. Everyone that's seen it, everyone that's tested it in the editor, has had very positive comments, and we feel that this is a very strong candidate to kind of like answering those comments about skill expression and depth. And what I feel personally is that the skill ceiling for this will be very high, right? Because you have to learn when to charge, how to control it. And there's even an element of prediction. It might be a little bit unclear in the GIF or even in the video that I'm going to show after, but it actually goes through objects right now, right? That may not be the case in the final version, but right now we're testing that. And the idea is that when it goes through something, there's a little bit of a slowdown, right? So you can imagine like it erupts through the collision that it's going through.
Yes.
So anyway, we're exploring all this. We've made really good improvements on the controls because the initial version of this had a bit of a problem where eventually it felt like it was more parallel.
So the thing that's moving across the floor is it? It's not just a blue projectile strailing your hands.
The GIF is so fast, but it actually tries to catch up to where you're looking. There's like a little line, kind of a string.
It's that big laser thing.
Personally,
orbital strike. Comes from space and shoots to the ground.
The controls.
Right, really?
Obviously, there's still improvements to be made.
And then the orbital strike. That's that thing moving
that's the
around.
idea.
So that thing will chase the survivors.
How will this work
what
on
the
indoor maps? Well, right now what we're exploring, and of course this will be in tandem with the help of Jay and his team, but what we're exploring is that it's
through the
actually
floors
like
above.
just piercing through the entire level, right? So
very divine.
Pierce through the whole level.
Very powerful and
Yes.
very, very strong.
Like that's
Pierce
even
through
with
the whole
previous
level.
version,
Pierce through the top
goal
floor
is
into
for
the
this-
bottom
this
floor.
pillar or beam, whatever it ends up being, to feel very heavy and powerful.
ridiculous.
Right? We're talking about a divine killer that
Big
just wants to
laser.
strike the sinners with
A
punishment.
divine killer.
So,
So we put a god
one more thing that I'll
inside
say is that
within
this
a
version of
cosmic.
Pillar has a lot more
God, a cosmic
levers
dude.
to play with for balancing.
Not really a
which
god, just I don't know.
means
It's a
that we
cosmic
can
being, a
fine-tune
cosmic
the
entity. The
experience of
entity.
using it and playing against it a lot more, because with the beam,
It's
we were
cosmic.
reliant on basically just
Let's say whether
timings.
that's
And what we found
higher
is that
than a
if we made
god.
it
It's just
too generous, it felt too consistent and too
why
difficult to dodge.
being a higher
But if
up,
it made
it's
it take longer, it felt like it was impossible to hit. And so finding that
But we
like
see
sweet
a lot
spot
all the
was
time
just,
in fiction.
I foresaw a balancing nightmare, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
It's fiction,
So with this
of course
one,
not real.
there's a lot of things that we can play with, and we can fine-tune that experience a lot more.
We can do something a higher power and not
right, so we got another question.
I'm like,
Production, should I read the names?
that logic just
Okay, got a
never,
question from Shiver with Mealy.
it's not well with me. It's like, what the, it's
Lovely.
just stupid.
So will it hit across
That's
2
just
floors at
fiction.
once?
Fighters,
That is a very good
stuff.
question, and at the moment we are going to
See
test
a
it
lot.
with hitting multiple floors at once, but it may not be the case in the final version because of course we still have to balance it. We have to make it, you know, feel fair and fun to play against for, you know, the survivors. So we're gonna have to test it out basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
Alright, trade-offs.
But yeah,
You'll have a
so,
less
like I
harder
said,
time
none
with
of this
these
has been
trade-offs.
balanced. What you're
I
seeing
don't know
on
why
screen is
you
really
win.
just like I think
Trade-offs
the
are
second
natural.
or third iteration
Because
of what we
nothing's
have.
perfect.
It's even progressed since this GIF because of course
Well,
the programmer is,
how
you know,
unless someone wins too,
doing all the different
as
things that I'm
natural. It's
asking.
like,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
tell
asking
me
for a
how
lot.
you see the
But yeah, so we'll be
fix
fine-tuning
something.
it,
Just,
and of course we're going to continue play testing both
that's
internally,
weird.
externally.
It's all fiction.
And
It's all just
yeah, I mean,
perspective.
I'm very excited for
That's
this. I
my
think it's
point.
really cool, and there's a lot of potential
Nothing
with,
really
with this
is or
power,
isn't.
and I'm very interested in seeing
How you
how it'll go
interpret
over
something.
time. And so finally, before I close off my section of this segment, I've been yapping for a long time, I'm sorry. Our next step is to add the simplest version of the artifact to the Hopeless Exile to validate if it's fun and interesting for the survivors, if it, you know, ticks those boxes that we had. So
Artifact.
you know, we're basically going to steal the flashlight is what we're going to
We
do.
get to do something
we do a lot of
cosmic.
theft for prototypes. It's
You
easier that way,
so
faster
big
to
you
iterate.
can't fathom,
And of
comprehend
course,
it.
we're going to improve the Ray of Retribution in
cosmic.
terms of a mechanical feel, right?
Cosmic
Because
horror.
we have like the inputs
Where
that have to feel
God
nice,
is
right?
really
Like how
is
you
like,
press the
okay,
buttons
you
to make
could
it work,
probably
but also
understand that,
mechanically
fathom
speaking,
it,
like its speed,
comprehend.
its charge time, all those things are things that we have to look into to make
No,
it feel
that's
great
one
to
way of
use
putting
as
it.
a killer.
Yeah.
And the last thing that we really want to look into is refining the Hopeless Exile to
Like
have
it's the
more
realm
control over the
itself.
spawning of the hazards and the crystals, or you know whatever the collectibles end up being.
Crystals.
Because right now they're just spawning
collectibles.
randomly, and obviously that's not super great. So we're gonna
Yeah.
look at like maybe having you know different tiers of crystals that have more concentrations of hazards around them, so it's more difficult to get them. For example, yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I'm yapping away. We're
No,
gonna
no.
explore all those things.
That's fine. Talking about your game development.
Another
Production
question.
has another question. Yes, from
Something
Iron
I want
Wax.
to try and make a
As of
game
right
myself.
now, can you hold the rate indefinitely? As of
I
right
can't
now,
program.
no. There is a maximum lifetime to how long you can hold it, and
I could
even
use
when- once
AI
you
to
trigger
try
it,
and do the programming.
so
It's
I think right now you
more
can hold
possible
it
to
for
try and
3
do what I want to
seconds.
try and
After
do.
3 seconds, it goes away. But if you
It's even more possible
fire
now.
it before those 3 seconds are up,
Oh,
it
sure, I
will,
could find someone
refresh
who
its
can
lifetime.
do
So it'll
programming, but
go for 3 seconds.
doesn't
and
seem
then it will
easy to
disappear.
find
You
someone
can
to
only
try
have
and
one
do
ray
that
active
for
at a
you.
time.
Or you got AI,
And
you'll have to
so
look for
I hope you guys are
somebody.
excited. I'm really excited. Like honestly, out of all the powers that I've worked on, this is probably the coolest. Like it's super dope. So yeah, that's it. I'm done yapping.
All very exciting and not yapping at all. We want to know this. We want to hear this.
It's so interesting.
It
to
is
see
so
that.
interesting to see
Yeah.
the process, and again, this is the first time that we get to do it, you know, to this extent.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really cool. And before we move on,
a
I'll
great
also
war.
mention that we'll have more to share on our socials very soon.
Yeah,
we gave
really.
a progress update, I think, 2 weeks ago now. That we know you really appreciate it. You know, seeing all the work that goes into it, all the different steps it goes through, from a lot of different departments and the work that they do on this chapter. So we'll have more coming very, very soon. Just keep an eye on our social channels. So that was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right.
And before we, yes, you're gonna still, you still have the power of the clicker. So we still need you. Where we're gonna move on to the art side of
Right.
things, because we've had some votes in January, but we're gonna have another vote coming next week. That's going to be
Absolutely, yes.
very exciting. So
Next
Jay,
week.
I'm going to let you take over and tell us a little bit about that.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So, well, first I want to say super awesome. I'm super excited to be working on that kit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting ideas that are brewing on my head into how to justify that. So that will be really great. Little introduction for people who do not know me. I am Jay. I am the art director on the Grimoire chapter. So I've been working with all the team basically to just justify all the visual in the votes that were happened. So I'm still ongoing into the team to just to bring more concept and make that evolve essentially. So thank you so much for having me today. So a quick update on the art side is that we are currently working on finalizing the concept for next step. So on the killer side, based on the material that were voted last time, we're essentially looking on how we're going to explore to mix them together to really create an enticing killer. So giving an example from the winning material for last time, we're looking into, okay, how do we going to take the blue flesh material and essentially mix them with the other material, or how are we going to use all these material together to create something really that will convey the right themes that we want to go for that killer, which are essentially divine and horror. So it was really important for us to find a proper recipe that we want to go for so that we are able to showcase the divine elements that players are expecting, but also making sure that the horror of DBD from a killer is still respected in there, that we fit with the story we want to build around that killer, and essentially that we fit with the gameplay also that we want to go for. So it's a lot of collaboration work that we're essentially all discussing together and really evolving the visual toward a common goal
and now we have
to make it work with all the different parts of that killer kit. So I'm super excited today to actually share that I have brought a little glimpse of what my team is essentially working on right now. So we have a little teaser of what will be one of the options to vote for next time. So I think we can look at it right now.
It's so exciting.
We're keeping it mysterious. It's part of the game.
We can see, like I can recognize the pieces that we voted on.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
I think one thing worth mentioning too is
part of what it looks
we
like.
posted recently about the new roadmap for the votes, and players were asking, they voted on the killer silhouette. They were asking, we voted on the killer material. How is the final concept going to be different? But I think it's also about realizing that we want them to vote on all of these aspects because we want the final killer to be as close as possible to what they want, and really personalizing it. And here, maybe you can also tell us a little bit about what it takes to take those pieces and put them together into a concept.
So we went through a certain order to being a bit ambiguous at the beginning, so that we get ourselves the freedom to bring more surprises and more creativity.
We love surprises.
Exactly. And I think we're really going to have more of these surprises for next time. So I'm really excited to be able to unveil more.
Personally, I'm very excited to see what all the VFX is going to look like, right? Because now
that's something I did doing with my own
material,
fictional character.
How the visuals of the power is going to look, and
absolutely.
I cannot wait. It's going to be so cool.
Trying to get it actually
and we still have surprise, right?
I know
we're going with that. So let's keep it at that.
So again, make sure to vote next week on February 27th if you want your decision to be heard for this killer, because it's going to be pretty exciting.
Absolutely. All right. And now if I jump on the survivor side of things. So thanks to the previous vote that we have, we know what the survivor face will look like now. And the mood board were telling us a bit about our story, about her teams, essentially. So we're really hard at work currently into taking all these ideas and combining them together to create that new survivor. Right now, we are doing exploration using questions we are asking ourselves, essentially. So like, okay, what sort of story do you want to give that survivor that would be interesting? Or how do we want to shape that survivor to be unique to our game and essentially stand out from the rest of the cast of DBD? So these are all things that we're asking ourselves. We're working in collaboration with every department to making sure that we have something unique and original to offer, essentially. So I'm also excited to say that today I've also brought a little teaser.
A lot of surprises.
Yes. I also brought a teaser for our survivor, so we can have a glimpse of one of the voting options we will have for next time. So as you can see, you recognize the face, right? It's still we're going to.
Very, very exciting. And this is just a sneak peek. We'll have more to show next week.
Absolutely, yes.
What people voted on.
I'll say I've loved seeing on socials how much players have already taken everything they've seen so far, all of the votes, and made it their own. They're already attached to these characters, which is really, really exciting. So you'll get to refine these characters even more next week, which is going to be very
sure.
exciting.
The journey has been so great and so excellent. It's really been a super fun
And we were just talking before how, you know, when we knew the votes were coming, we were like, oh yeah, that one's probably gonna, you know, come out on top, and then we're like, oh shit,
yeah.
they
Yeah,
went
a lot of
different
We got
surprises.
surprises. This is for
it's
sure
really fun.
a lot
Yeah.
of unexpected surprises there.
Yeah.
That's really cool to see.
And it's part of the fun.
Exactly.
You know? It's
It
part
is.
of the fun
It
for
is.
us too, working on the Grimoire and all the different teams who have to adapt to it too. It's really, you know, making something completely unique here. So
for
very exciting. But
Sorry,
I think
do we have an extra slide for the next
yes,
part? Okay, I just
yes,
want to make sure.
we have an extra slide. We're just going to do a recap of the next votes that are coming because that's very exciting. So next week on February 27th, we
Kinda
have
quiet.
a lot
Listen
for you
to
to
him.
vote on. We have the killer final concept and survivor final concept that we talked about.
Yeah,
Right
concept
here
art.
we have the killer weapon, the killer name, the survivor name, and the chapter name. So a lot to vote on. Make sure to, you know, vote next week because there's a lot you're going to be able to define through these votes, and we absolutely want to hear, you know, what you want to see in the Grimoire. So next week, make sure to tune in. And then on March 19th, we have killer perks, survivor perks, killer Mori storyboard, and the chapter logo. So more for you to define
Chapter logo.
for this chapter. So very exciting. Any last words before we leave them? You know.
Well, I want to know what people think about the results. So
I
go
know.
vote. I want the opinion of people. So
Go
for
vote,
sure.
but also let us know what you think about, you know, everything you've seen so far. We've loved seeing the fan art. That's been amazing. There's been so much fan
yes.
art on socials. We've loved seeing who you think these characters are, you know, what you've made of them so far, of their world, of their lore. So if you have anything, you know, you wanna share with us, please do it through our social channels. We wanna know.
Absolutely.
And I think that's it. We're gonna
Just
Yes.
before we dip, expect more, you know, behind the scenes look at things for the prototype. We have some stuff cooking right now, so you know, stay tuned to the socials, I suppose. But it's been nice to bring you guys on the journey with us, and I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
It's been lovely. We've really enjoyed it. And if you want a clearer look at the sneak peeks we've shared today, we'll also be sharing those, so you won't have missed anything if you didn't see that. And there's a vote too at the end. But that's it. Thank you so much for joining us for the Grimoire. And next we're going to talk about the features coming in the next update.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what everyone pretty much voted for. I think that's okay, nice, great. I don't have any strong, like, preference or anything about it. Like, okay, yeah. I don't know, I voted for something otherworldly, but then it turned out to be something like a divine deity. It's like, okay. Still kind of reminds me of something similar that we've already seen in the game already. Somewhat similar. At least that's what it reminded me of. A little bit, not completely, but yeah. Similar, yeah. Now we're seeing this. Perk updates. Dead by Daylight comeback. Yeah, Dead by Daylight all-kill comeback. I guess it's called the all-kill comeback chapter. This is a chapter called the all-kill comeback chapter. For the Trickster. A part 2 chapter for the Trickster? What the heck? There's a new map. It's like, oh, this is that neon, like, map we saw in the background, the lobby, right? But we never actually got a map for it, for the Trickster chapter, the all-kill chapter, when it originally came out. So I guess that's what this is. Huh. I guess when they delay it and they come out with it now, like, I don't know. No. Like a part 2 chapter to a already original chapter? Like, okay, they're doing a part 2 to original chapter. Usually I see part 2s to a part 2 chapter to licensed chapters. How many like part 2s have they done for like original chapters and just from the game itself? Ah, yeah. So yeah, I'll kill comeback. This is the thing that I already knew about, aside from the Grimoire. But yeah, I haven't really been keeping up with the Grimoire, barely, but yeah. Like, I was aware of what was going on. And I haven't been keeping up in terms of voting, but yeah, this is what it is. Only since the beginning I have, where you were able to what the killer Like I said something like otherworldly and such was one of the vote options. Something similar to like, you know,
Welcome
the unknown
back.
or dread.
Shout out to everyone that was in that last segment. That was super
That
fun to watch.
earlier.
Super fun to watch chat. Looking into this chat is like looking into the abyss, and everyone sees something different. I saw one lone man saying that Jay looked like Oliver Reed, which like 2 people in the chat will even know that name. He's an actor from the 70s in Great Britain. Cinephiles in chat, 75-year-old cinephiles,
Yeah,
shout out.
I feel old now.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. But now, I don't even know if we're even halfway. We have so much to talk about today. We got a lot. So I should shut my mouth. So we brought on 2 more of our devs. You might remember this fellow who earned the nickname Papi Diego last time he was here. This is Diego, our UX master. And Thomas, or Thomas, if you want to go the English route, but Thomas, if you're bilingual like me, you've done stuff with us before, but it's been a minute.
Yes, I did the Singularity. We did the thing for the Singularity where I presented the killer and the perks. I think so.
You did the Singularity.
It was, and Transmission. I remember that.
So it's been a while. So welcome back.
Yeah. What else did I do?
Nice.
I don't remember.
Wasn't supposed
I
to
like the Singularity.
Wasn't supposed to.
I remember
That
that.
was pretty good.
Yeah, that was
How
good.
it turned out.
And Thomas' specialty, at this point in time at least, you know, who knows what you're, actually do know some of the other stuff you're doing.
I don't play the Singularity
But for this
a lot.
context, is perks.
Yes, absolutely.
And we've got, honestly, a pretty exciting update to perks.
Yeah, I hope so too, yeah.
So that's what we brought in, and it has a UX component, obviously, so that's why Diego's here. We also have another special surprise from Diego after, but let's talk about perks.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do I get started on this, right? We started working on this such a long time ago, something we've internally called the perk description overhaul, which is just a colossal undertaking, really. It's like all 300 perks descriptions were rewritten from scratch. A lot of people have worked on this. Like, obviously, I'm sitting here presenting this. I'm very grateful for it, and Diego was here too. But there were a lot of people whose hands and minds worked on this. So yeah, we took it up on ourselves, I suppose, to rewrite all of the perks descriptions. And just to clarify here, this description overhaul does not change the gameplay. So there may be other changes, but this rewriting the descriptions did not change the way they play. So yeah, like I said, we started working on this a very long time ago because when you read the descriptions, they were really, it felt like it aged a little bit, right?
And even saying rewriting it is kind of underselling it. Like when you see what we actually did,
yeah, absolutely.
It's a good update. So let's dive in here.
Yeah, absolutely. So the goal that I always had in mind was to shorten and modernize all perk descriptions. I wanted to do this because obviously DVD is like a 10-year-old game, right? And at this point, when we started writing, we had a different goal in mind, and this has changed over time and with all the content that we added.
I have a problem with it before.
When I looked at the perk description and what people were saying that they had a hard time understanding, they had to explain it to their friends. So we wanted to reduce the length.
Expect everyone to.
You know, it's just shorter to the point, right? Using what we say like modern player-facing language, which is what as much as possible what the players are using, and you know also doing it a consistency pass so that all the descriptions kind of look and feel the same, and also try to set up the path, you know, pave the way for the future, if I can say that. So here's a look at Old Light. You probably like this one.
Like,
It has like a, maybe there's like a, there are like memories of, you know, that's where you look at Light. And this is the new Light. It's obviously a lot shorter.
What the heck, man?
It's a lot shorter, and it has these like bullet points with the status effects are highlighted. So
there's like nothing
really
to it now.
It's just a lot shorter. And maybe at the bottom you can notice this little thing here.
Weird.
It's called extra info. So
there's like nothing
let's
about
just,
it.
Imagine you have a mouse now. You can just
Really?
hit mouse 2 here. So this is a new feature, and why don't Diego?
Oh, sure.
You wanna say something about it?
Yeah, thank you. Sure, this is part of the whole.
No description at all. Just
what we wanted to do is to also not only make perks easier to understand when reading them, but also provide a way for you to learn what are we talking about when presenting the perks, and remember that. So we had the issue that multiple effects were described.
Is it broken?
We're going to show.
Don't try to fix something that's not broken.
To know what they were, ask someone, or just go blind into the match and somehow learn what exhausted was. So now we're going to allow you when there is a, starting with status effects for now, when there is a status effect mentioned in a perk, for you to, with a single click, have a reminder of what that is all about.
Yeah, and this saves a lot of space, as you'll be able to see in a very short moment. But I also want to say one of the other things I think it's really important that we added was now whenever, instead of saying active ability button 1 or 2, you know, everybody liked that, right? But instead of saying that, it'll display the key that you've mapped to it. So obviously there's still only ability button 1 and 2, but if you bind it to E, it's going to say E instead. And if you bind it to F or whichever other key you would like to bind it to, this is what's going to appear. So this is live now. If you show the extra info, it's going to show these little 2 status effect reminders. And then
People are spamming E in chat.
That's amazing. But
Really?
emphasis that is if you display it. So just for people to know, when you see the tooltip, the extra info is not going to be displayed. You choose to do it, so we're trying not to be invasive or noisy.
Yeah, but this has allowed us to shorten a lot of the descriptions because a lot of them had, a lot of the text was just reminders that we were manually entering. So that is live. And of course...
To be clear, that is live, not live yet.
Oh,
we're almost there.
Man, you got me.
I just want to be, I want people to know that.
You got me. So this little show and tell, I brought a few examples here so that we could look at. This is Old Dark Devotion. It's pretty long when I look at it.
To remove all
it's a little long.
the
My
text.
ADHD cannot handle it.
Can you tell me what it does, like without reading it?
I guess, I guess some people complain about it. I get
That's
it.
fair.
You don't like
This
to
is
read
New
it.
Dark Devotion.
Well,
So it's a lot shorter.
Yes.
It uses the bullet points to really convey the information after the trigger or the condition. And then it says you gain undetectable. And then if you open the extra info, it shows you what an undetectable does.
And people may be realizing that undetectable is right in this kind of
like no description at all. Almost.
Yes.
Also because what we're doing is to present now the status effect. When they are positive to the role itself, we're going to show with this more positive color and leave the orange now, not red even, as to say this is something that's a negative effect to the player. That's why undetectable is in this color.
This is the science of UI, UX, and design. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you bring a very good point because if you look at the next one, background player, there are a lot of colors here. And there is a logic to that color. I don't know if I should get into it for time's sake. But there used to be a lot of colors in a perk's description, and it used to mean a lot of different things. So if you look at the new background player, you'll see only the status effects are highlighted in their proper colors. It's always the same colors. And the other numbers are just bolded here. Personally, I think it reads a lot clearer.
The icons too are super helpful.
Yeah,
I like how it tell a little bit of some kind of story or whatever when you read the description.
I've seen it so many
Early
times.
on, but now it's like they removed that.
I got more of these.
With the part.
Everyone knows Noed. It's a very nice one. I think it's probably one of our longest.
Yeah, at the very top.
If not dramaturgy, but I guess I'm to blame for that one. So Noed is now. I can't read it. It's too small. It's so short that it's a lot shorter. Noed, I think, has a very simple gameplay.
Plain simple.
You know,
kind of boring.
The totem ignites, and you gain these effects, and then there's an additional effect. This should take like 3 or 4 lines, and that's what it does. So that was part of the undertaking. And last but not least, Dead Hard. Everyone's favorite.
Never heard.
Whatever.
Yeah, you never heard of Dead Hard?
I have suffered it. As a killer main, I have suffered this one.
Yeah, so Dead Hard had a very long description.
Stupid.
And now it's
often
much shorter.
American
You could say that's dead easy to read.
Well, you could say that? Yeah, absolutely.
Probably should.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably
Very simple. Because, Dead Hard, again, is a very simple perk. You meet the condition.
It kind of makes you wonder what it said before.
You gain these effects.
When removing all that.
It doesn't need to have it didn't need today to have all of these extra text. So these are all of my examples.
Heck yeah. You have one more slide, I think.
Do I?
Yep.
I do. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I forgot that. So, I guess this wasn't a one-size-fits-all solution. I always say that overall it should be 95% better. We couldn't apply the rule to everything equally. I think most of the perks we've cut a lot of text, so it's a lot shorter, a lot easier to understand. But some perks may look different, and I think there's going to be like there's going to be some time to adapt to this. And,
For sure.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone will enjoy this update and look for more improvements like this in the future. This was a lot of clerical work.
Yeah, it's a big undertaking, but people in chat are definitely appreciating it. I think this is a great example of what actual quality of life improvements are. So that's
I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, and I guess we look forward to the players' feedback because we are not gods. We've done our best, right?
Speak for yourself.
We've done our best to improve this, but the players see this every day. I'm sure they will have feedback, and we will be improving this as we go on. Yeah, absolutely.
We're not done.
You make that sound like you don't play the game yourself.
Yes.
By that response.
Ches 96.
What would I know?
Are the character quotes and lore text still going to be included in the perk descriptions?
I wonder that with a lot of
Absolutely.
games.
So the
just
quotes
with
are
this
still at the
game.
bottom. We've seen them. Can I go back with this? Yeah, absolutely. I can go back. So if you look at Dead Hard, you'll see in this kind of like beige, this off-white beige, the quote is still there, but that's a very good point. I forgot to mention that the
quote.
What we used to call the intro flavor text, so there used to be lines of flavor before the perk description, that has been cut. And this has allowed us to save a lot of space to bring you the action, bring you the explanation of what the perk does first, and then the flavor text goes after to give you a little bit of context and everything. But we don't obfuscate or disorient the player's reading.
It's kind of tell like a little story or something to it, I guess.
So yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't know, something behind it.
And I wanted to give a quick mention. There is an amazing Twitch extension that the community made that helps you see perks when you're watching people playing the game. We want to, if you're watching, otherwise we'll reach out. Want to let you know we're happy to help update those on your side so your perks and the extension can match what are in the game. So we don't want to leave you hanging there.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't mention it, but I think, Diego, this appears in every instance of where you would see the perk, right?
Exactly.
This tooltip.
The extended one, and the only exception that we're having right now is Trend Secrets.
Yes, that is true.
Because we have been evaluating different things. So that's why we decided for now to take our first step without a
my own perception.
Everywhere else. So if you're on the lobby, you're on the match details,
I
you
guess
can check that out.
the same thing, or don't really think for themselves.
Well, we're not done. Diego has brought some goodies as well.
It just seems to be
You want to hand
common.
over the clicker?
Oh no.
It is.
I'm sorry.
Well,
What have you got for us, Diego? Last time you were here, you brought us the scratch marks that people enjoyed.
whatever.
So today I want to talk about auras.
Never mind.
It's an interesting subject because we know
Auras.
that our game currently has a lot of different colors, a lot of different auras.
You're changing up the auras.
It has been something that has been added and organically.
It was hard to
evolved
see the
over time.
survivor's
Again, as
aura.
I said, we're almost 10 years as a
Like
game.
literally.
So we are seeing how things were added for the best.
Hard to see the
for
survivor's
gameplay.
aura
Currently,
among the generators.
we have decided to start rethinking about the auras to meet the players' better experience. So
It's hard to
better
see
understand the
which
game, to
survivors
learn, so
turn
all
into
UX
the
related.
aura.
Plus, seeing how
It's the same color as the gems.
new art vision for the game could
Auras.
fit the game in the sense like
That's what you're
what are
playing
the
as
colors
killer.
that we really want to present, to show DVD as this multiplayer horror game that we have. So it's
Sometimes hard to
artistic
see.
vision and how that goes
Because
through
they're
the
working on a
to also
gen. You
match
can't see what they're
gameplay
working on a
needs.
gen. It's the same color as the
So,
gen. Yeah,
we also
that's a problem.
know that with the current situation,
That's what I remember.
we have cases where color perception being reduced or different. Auras are super hard to see. Even for us on the
what
farm,
the-
at least I speak
Wow.
for myself when I'm trying to get at the survivors.
Oh,
it's
people are
sometimes harder.
colorblind.
So, bear with me. We
Different
are
perception.
doing changes here.
Different color.
And again, we want to have this unified look. And because of the same thing, we are working now with a new system on how do we treat and use auras in DVD. And because of this, you are going to start seeing some differences. First of all, the color of auras are going to be the same, regardless if you are a killer or a survivor. You're going to see the same color. for the same
Survivors
type
will
of
appear in
object
blue?
entity. And thus,
By
we
default.
are going to go and say, let's show the survivors in their color, as
What
usually they are in the bluish color.
color objects.
I added there by default.
Okay. Okay.
I'll talk about that. So
Nickel blue, so
will appear
that's
in
sync
blue.
color generator. That's, I guess these are the
there are going to be
spot.
some changes. So, for
Green.
instance, we want all killer objects as they are,
Okay.
most of them shown in
Sure.
the white area, white color. So, for people that are used with Trickster or Hunters to see the hatchets, the knives on the lockers in this yellowish color, well, we'll have to get used to the first day to say, oh, it's white now. So that's what.
Oh, it's white now. Like, oh, they changed the description. See? What different?
If you happen
the
to
whole thing
want
about
to
change,
see,
I'm
see
like,
the colors as they were, like
yeah,
they're
it's
in
like
red
usually I don't really
Survivor,
care
or
either
you want
way.
to- You will wish to see auras in different colors. Now we're going
Don't
to
have
see how
strong
to play the
preference
video.
most of the time.
Because I
We
cannot
might need
do
a
that.
click from Mandy over
This
there.
seemed odd. Do they really have to
Can
go
you help
through
me
all
with that,
that?
Mandy,
I'm like,
please?
okay.
There it is.
Now you're going to be able
That's
to go to the
hilarious,
beta tab
Walter.
and try new colors. Outside
No.
the match or inside the match doesn't matter. For you
Really?
to change things to fit better the experience you want to have as a player, no matter if you're a survivor or a killer.
So
you
I
are
can
going to be
change the
able to
colors
start
of the
tweaking
auras.
some aura colors.
My own preference.
We are going to do this with a set of
You
them.
could do that
so
before.
The ones we think are most important for us to start testing and to leave on your hands to
I like
test
that.
and to
This is
empower
different
yourself
colors
with,
of generator now.
Being survivors.
Survivors
killers,
with the same
hooks,
colors of
pallet
freaking
windows.
gen.
Can we play it again?
Before.
Just, roll it through again.
Yes, please.
God damn, man.
We have another video coming though. So that was more like a.
We
so
couldn't
you
tell
go
if they were
there,
working on
and
the
you
gen
can
or
see,
not.
by the way, that the color palette
Hard to
has
tell.
way more.
So they
colors than
overlap
the
it.
scratch
It's
mark.
like, what is
So
that Survivor
they
on
are
a
different.
gen? I can't tell.
They may
Same
evolve
color.
from here
Mm.
to PTV and release, but we are trying to provide the colors that again match what DVD is, but also what players need for the best experience while playing. And I have here another example. So when carrying a survivor, you can see so many red stuff. So Mandy, if you can play the video, you will see that someone could say, like, you know what, generators, I don't need them to be red. I just can go and say, hey, give me cyan or something like that meant. Again, colors to be maybe improvised. But yeah, we're
Dope
going
as
to
hell. Dope as hell. And I have to commend you, Diego, for essentially trolling the entire chat.
Okay.
Why
in the
not?
way that you rolled this out. For the
Oh,
first half, they're like, oh, okay, but why
Yeah.
can't I change my own colors? And then
And
bam,
then
you
boom.
dropped it on them.
Yeah.
You are a bamboozler.
I like to create a narrative, even if it backfires
my
from time to
colors.
time.
I don't know
There
if
you
it's
go.
your intent, but it
Jeez.
was an emotional roller coaster.
Nice. So
What the heck?
just to close, we are going to keep improving this. You can see there at the right side that we are also adding
Weird,
tooltips
man.
for you to preview the color. So you don't need to be opening the settings and closing seeing how it is. It's going to be a preview that it's very close to how you should be seeing the color in the game. We did it for scratch marks, we prepared, so of course it was the moment to do it for us. So we are going to see both of those things together coming in the next update.
All right.
We are going to be also adding new auras as we test and refine the system and hear your feedback. It's super important for us to hear your feedback, as deliver as constructively possible, and remember that the choices have been made for consistent and clearer rules, meaning that, again, something are going to change. Hatchets are not going to be yellow by default, but we think this is going to allow us to go forward, to unify the artistic direction of this, and to empower you now with a system that allows you to customize the color of the auras.
And I like that. I think people keep in mind, like you just said, this is not a ship it and we're done, we're going to walk away. There's iterations on this planned, and we do want to hear what people are thinking. So
Exactly.
a great way to approach it.
Okay.
We have another question from chat. Will there be a red stain color change option for survivors?
So the red stain is something that we have in our radar. I cannot confirm nor deny that we're working on it. But what I would say is that we have heard that the red stain is something that would be good for us to visit, to evaluate, I think the reasons we have discussed now are fairly, you will say, as valuable to ask ourselves things like the red stain or other elements. Can we provide some tool for players to customize the experience and perhaps change the color?
Perhaps.
We will see.
It is funny that one I remember asking about. It's much more complicated tech-wise than I ever would have imagined.
Well, we can always get surprised on like how complicated things can be. And I must say, it has been a very, very big effort too. Like as Thomas mentioned for the Perk description, this has been giant. Our team, the programmers, artists, UI, all of them has really put their energy and love into this feature. So I hope the players love it too, and remember that we're going to keep improving it.
Heck yeah. Well, I do have to keep us rolling because, again, the show is not over. So thank you so much, guys. This was a great segment, very fun to do with you.
Pleasure, yeah.
Oh, nice.
We have more updates coming that you'll be able to play next week.
I was concerned
in our
about,
next segment.
wondered about the
So we're going to do
auras.
another quick switcheroo, but please do hang on.
Is the survivor working on that jet?
on
The
the
same
show,
colors.
so
Now they're
don't
not going to
wanna
do same
leave.
colors.
So stick around. We'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
Great.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Jesus. It's nice that they made that little quality life change. Like, man. Look, yeah, how many times I try and find survivor with auras? And most of the time I like overlook the auras because I never noticed since they're the same colors as Jed's anyway. So I feel like I hardly ever see the survivor's auras a lot of times. I find that it's easy to overlook. I feel like if they're the same color, it feels like it is easy to overlook. You don't notice them. When they're a different color, it's obviously easier to notice them a lot. Yeah, a lot of things do the same color as the gems. Even if the gems turn yellow, it's like when you hit it, it turns yellow for some reasons, or you do something that's yellow for some reason, depending on whether you're playing survivor or killer. That's, oh, that customizer colors. Like, okay, killer update. Update for the killer. This is a community stream. Yeah. I like usually do these live reaction videos to like the new chapters. Not to a community stream. But this is like that's my first reaction to a community stream. I haven't been able to react to the past community streams because it just happened at times I'm not able to see them. Oh, I'm at work and this one's happening. Oh well. Yeah. Huh. I don't know, it just happens. Like, oh well. It's fine. What is all that stuff in the background? You see all that? Is it fruit? Fruit? It looks like fruit. Like boxes. A lot of fruit over there. If that is even fruit, like melons, lemons, or I don't know what those are. Mango? Oh, there's a person. There's a person there behind the boxes. Look at that. Huh. Light, flickering light. Killer update. So they have an update on the Trickster. Is that it? They said they're gonna rework them. I'm gonna try to see if I can play the Trickster before they rework them. Okay, I want to try to experience them before they rework them. I don't. Chances are I'll probably end up doing that outside the video, but if I do it within the video, then great.
Hi, welcome back.
I just want to get to it before it's too late. Hello.
Today, now, what we're going to talk about, Nick? Nick is
Words,
one of our game designers.
things, stuff. Yeah.
Maybe
Right.
stuff to do with, I don't know, killer?
Yeah, we are going to talk about Killer Actions update because we're updating the language. Oh, I'm in control of the slides.
Yeah, no. I'm scared, people.
Hello.
What?
So yes, no, I'm going to go back for now.
No.
We're going to set it up. But
What's
yes,
this?
so as Thomas was mentioning earlier in the stream, we had a really great opportunity to update Killer Actions language in the 9.5.0 update, and we decided to standardize a lot of inconsistencies that we saw across the game for many, many years. So if you've been playing Dead by Daylight for a really long time, you know that we previously did not distinguish between basic and special attacks.
Yeah.
And for certain interactions between perks and killer powers, we had to introduce that notion. Well, we are here today, and we are here to tell you that we've also expanded on that terminology. So coming in 9.5, as part of the accompanying the perk descriptions update, you're going to see across powers, killer power add-ons, and perks, the introduction of new killer words. So we're going to start distinguishing between basic killer actions and special killer actions. So as you can see on screen right now, we have going to be doing the distinction between basic and special breaks, basic vaults and special vaults. And when relating to generators, we're going to have the damage generator action, and then the new concept we're going to introduce, we're going to be like codifying, is generator explosion. I think that, you know, basic and special breaks and vaults, pretty self-explanatory. Basic is when any killer can just do the standard action.
I was like, wait, what? When they drop a drop pallet,
it means that it's a special ability that's unique to them,
I don't
that's
know.
granted to them by their power. So, for example, any killer can break a pallet,
like, what?
but then
That's
the
choice of
cannibal
word.
or hillbilly will
whatever.
special break pallets with their chainsaws. You know, any killer can vault a window, but some killers, like Legion, can both fast vault windows and drop pallets with their power. And then every killer, you know, damages a generator by hitting it, but then only specific killers, like the Knight, can damage them with their power, or on occasion with add-ons, like the first, where that add-on where Undergate just makes everything blow up.
Stop you there. What about perks? Because turn back the clock.
Yes, exactly. So turn back the clock, which
special
was introduced
break,
in the previous
special
update,
vault.
it would be considered a generator explosion.
Okay, so it puts that distinction.
This is something that we used
that's
to.
it. We really consider like the ability to do something remotely or via distance as a generator explosion. We took that explosion because, well, previously a lot of perks said generator explodes, and we were like, if it's, and the imagery was pretty consistent, and we were like, I think most people will understand that when they say that. So I have a list of examples to give today.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
What the hell, chainsaw?
Take it off.
This chainsaw.
Whoa,
The hillbilly.
Yeah. So you're now a TikToker.
Oh my God. So as you can see, game complexity has grown a lot. So as you can see here on screen, we have the hillbilly's power that now specifies that when you do hit a breakable wall or a drop pallet with his chainsaw, it will special break. We've updated numerous killer powers to specify now that this is the intended behavior that we have.
Weird. Okay.
Now moving on to special vault,
What?
we can see the iridescent button add-on for
a special
the
break that's
Legion,
just
famously
like,
very powerful
what the heck?
moment in Dead by Daylight. You see Legion, like, and then you see them in frenzy, and then they vault, and you're like, oh no, I have to move.
Don't want to drop a pallet again.
Now and
special
then you're wondering,
vault?
how does this work with other
That
things
just sounds
in the game?
weird.
Well, now
The
we'll
choice
tell
of
you,
words,
because
man.
when Legion special vaults, he special break. Well, they special break the pallet.
Well, it's special break.
Another
What the heck?
example.
That just sounds so weird.
Alert.
Special
For
break.
the
Special
example on
vault.
Survivor perk. It was always a bit
did a
iffy
full
of like,
special.
what triggered alert
What the
at the
heck?
right time? What is
That's
supposed
just
to be
any
a
vault.
break?
It's
Well,
a special vault. Oh,
I know,
like, what?
People who've played it for many
frick?
years, we've got thousands of hours. We kind of know
Weird.
automatically.
That's what it
but
sounds like when I
newer
read
players,
that.
the players who are just coming in,
Yeah.
until you've got hundreds of hours in the game.
That's
you wouldn't have
special.
got it. And
So
we
it's
saw it a lot with
special
Chaos
vault.
Shuffle when people were having perks.
What the fuck,
that they
man?
don't normally use. And they're like, oh my God, I didn't realize that perk did that on this.
Yeah, absolutely. Because now, we're 9 years on, and
Or
we have
damage
interactions
generator.
across hundreds of perks, add-ons, powers. It's so pervasive. We just had to we took the opportunity that the perks update introduced to us, and we ran with it. And yeah, just gonna keep moving
They took out the yellow text.
Generator explosion. Now you can see that Surge specifies that generators will explode. They won't be damaged. They just will explode, and then they will stop. They will start regressing. Also, one nuance that is important about generator explosions is
depending on
the perks effect. A generator
that doesn't make any
does
sense.
not always trigger the regression state.
Oh, it's not. Oh, exploded. Well, don't worry, it's not damaged.
How the power or the perk
exploded. That is damaged.
is designed. So
I don't understand that logic.
If something will start regressing or not, it'll be disclosed specifically.
I'm barely hear them
change
anyway.
the functionality of any of these?
No. So this is very important as well. Similar to perks, all of the text updates that you will see are text only. We have not modified the current
audio mixer
behavior
from
perks on 9.5 PTB. So if you see a difference, if you find a bug or you flag an inconsistency, you can always tell us on the team, and we will investigate and get back to you. The great bonus and the work it causes for us on Dead by Daylight is now that we have consistent language, it just also is easier for us to talk together, both developers together, but also between players and players and developers. Ultimately, what we want is to everyone to understand, like, wait, this effect is supposed to trigger or not. But then you can also, talk about it together. Maybe something should trigger off based on special faults. I think that will just help everyone understand each other better when talking about balance and how to design DBD. And lastly, one little example, which kind of started this whole journey on us, is, well, DBD players know what Spirit Fury does, but it was always particularly
if you even understand what
obtuse
balance
to figure out
means.
how do you activate Spirit Fury? And
It's
well,
ridiculous,
now it's pretty clear.
everything we
I'm
leave in the
sorry.
maps.
It's it's basic breaks only. And also, if you notice, there's an exception at the end of the description of Spirit Fury when it says the palette is destroyed. That is to specify that nothing is supposed to allegedly synergize with the specific effect. Because again, Spirit Fury doesn't basic break or special break a palette, it's destroyed because we want to, make sure that our complexity kind of caps off after a point. Because if you've played certain games, sometimes infinites happen, and we have to be careful because we don't want those happening in a real-time live game environment. So that's a bit of a detail that I wanted to bring today.
That's so weird, but okay.
That's it.
That's it. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions?
Yeah, there's not people complain about descriptions. That's how they're changing them.
So will the special gen break still count towards the...
Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
Makes me wonder about all the person had before after shortening it.
I'm so sorry.
What was the end of the question?
Yes. I'll reformulate really quickly. Will the special generator break still count towards the max limit? The answer is yes. So damaging generators and generator explosions still count.
Not for killer anyway, but I guess for survivors.
The maximum limit of the 3-gen system, meaning it still counts as 8 regressions. If you've played with Surge, you're very familiar because Surge loves to consume the regression system, but that's the trade-off that you play.
Yeah. It's your fault for getting down so fast.
You said trade-off.
So so I'm excited to see how people use the new language and how that will foster communication. And again, if you have feedback, similar to the perk update, it'll be on the PTB and you can give us feedback.
Yeah, our forums, Discord, Reddit, we're ready for the PTB. Any bugs that you might find, please head over to Beta Hub and report them as you find them.
Yes.
That would be great.
Nothing would make me happier. So we have another update after this.
Yeah. And this is now to a survivor item.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the fog vial. So last summer, we introduced our first DBD item, and in this PTB, we've provided an update to the fog vial item, as you can see on screen, it is now we've like really worked hard on the consistency, making sure that the power and the obfuscation sort of design is now more consistent. Because when we had to update the fog vial last year,
now they kind of blow your location.
Unfortunately, that
there's survivors over there because they pop the fog vial.
Was
you have to think, you really want to pop a fog vial, alert your location. I've seen a bunch of fog in a specific area. They know you're in that area.
In some other realms. So with this update, we're really happy to reintroduce the items and see how Survivor experiment.
Yeah, careful when using those. Don't just use it whenever, I guess.
VFX system. It is now
not really hard to see.
It should be now always consistent in color and functionality on every realm.
Perfect, because that was one of the biggest issues, wasn't it? It was so
I
different.
barely ever use those, or get the chance, or I forget to use them anyway.
As well, I'm going to switch to the Survivor position.
The vials.
Oh, nope.
If I was playing a Survivor.
There you go.
I'll play as Killer. It's like, what the heck, man? When you see that, it's like...
outside, it is now always...
Oh, there's survivors over there. I don't care if you drop the fog vial. I know where you are now. You're over there. But why would you drop the fog vial if the killer's not nearby?
Because before that,
I don't think anyone really would. I mean,
it was hard to sort of understand the boundaries of the fog cloud. So
it's hard to tell where.
Should be much better.
I can see the area where it is.
An additional feature in this update, we've made sure that essential auras are now always featured.
That's similar to, remember, it was a little tiny dome.
So
it's the old 2v8, the fog crystal.
Indiscriminately.
Oh, fog vials.
If you don't have line of sight on a downed or hooked survivor, you'll see their auras. Though if you see a hook, but little nuance, if a hook survivor is directly within line of sight of you, but inside the fog cloud, you won't see their aura. You can You'll still know they're in there, but if you go look through a wall, then you'll see, survivor's on the hook. Yeah, so we're really excited to see how people...
He comes out, the survivor does it. Oh, shit. That's the killer, not the survivor.
We've added more charges.
That's a big part.
Yeah,
so now
fog
vial.
All
fog vials within the fog. The realm is called the fog.
The cooldown has not changed, and we're really happy to see what people are doing with it. We think that now it's definitely like a great strategic item to help prevent chases. Because you can use if you know that the killer has spotted you and is trying to get in range to start chasing you, it's very useful to just activate a fog vial and then try to be evasive while your aura is reading its block, while you're doing less sound, while your scratch marks are being suppressed, because then you can then like surprise them or hide. But it is like also because if you've seen on the video on screen, when you're in the fog, if the killer follows you into the fog cloud, they still hit me. Find you. So yes, if the killer just surprises you,
do they lose chase in the fog vial?
No, should not.
That's an important one.
Yep.
You don't lose
chase. And here
chase.
we're going to go rapid fire, but you can see on the Forsaken board yard, boneyard, it looks like the fog vial. On the Yamaoka Estate realm, also looks the same. And now on the Wither dial as well, you can see it blocks the house. So
it's perfect.
I'm really looking forward to see how people feel about it and get to play with it. And now,
I don't know, man.
It's the big one.
Okay, nice.
I think it's the big one.
Do we have time?
I sure hope we do.
I don't feel like I don't really care either way right now.
Yeah, there's something happening in the next UTB, and it's the Trickster update.
You're excited about this one.
A little bit. It's been on my mind for a couple of months now. So in this update, we really wanted to focus and see and take into account the feedback from Trickster from the previous update in 7.4.
That's all I know what it's like before they update them.
And we really wanted to focus on Trickster's range identity. For killers, we really wanted to make sure that we celebrated accuracy with blades, managing blades for more rewarding shots, and like really make sure that we reward skill expression with an updated, surfaced, visible style rank system.
So I can
you'll see more in the next few slides, but we've worked really hard.
So I never played it beforehand. It's like
Trickster now has a visible style rank combo system. That's coming to Dead by Daylight. And for survivors, we also tried to make sure that
because you just played the new update, you never played how it was before. It's not going to
better
matter to you.
rewarded
So
for learning how to dodge blades and forcing
what they do
Trickster to
update.
reload and
Just like the shape,
dodging
Michael Myers.
blades
I
enough so
never
that
got a chance to it,
laceration
so it's like,
decays. We hope that like it's
What was
more
it like?
fun to like.
I see other
just
people play as
be
them
in
back
chase,
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also importantly, you know, because
they're playing
sometimes we get this
until
identity a
now.
little
I
bit
played them
mixed up.
before
We consider this an
chapter
update. It's not a
expired and
rework.
couldn't
He's still
buy them
throwing
anymore.
blades. He still has main event. But it is like a big pass on his gameplay, his add-ons. It's not any different. If you, for example, internally, we consider what we did last year to the Nightmare to be a rework because he had an entirely different power set that combined 2 previous locked abilities, and he just played very differently because of you could swap like powers.
Yeah.
I still got to
we
play
really
as the
wanted
Nightmare.
to
Like the Nightmare,
this
like
time
playing
around
as him.
reach the K-pop fantasy that.
Yeah, I
let's do
still
it.
haven't played the Nightmare yet.
So, coming in the PTB, you will have a brand
Look at
new
that.
style rank HUD element
just updated
that
it.
tracks your style in
I wanna
the
see what it's
game.
like before they
It's always
update it.
present on the top
I'll go
portion
play
of your screen, and you will see your style ranks
I like the
evolve in
baseball
real
bat,
time.
though.
This is exclusive
That.
to Killer only. Survivors don't have access to that information. And as you can see in the lower left corner, we have reduced his blade count a little bit as part of the balancing. You can play with that on the PTB, but also there's now a dedicated button for main event when it becomes active. So just a little bit of history of Trickster combo systems. Originally in 4.6,
It's a long time back.
is 2021. Hey, it was hidden, it was not visible, and it only helped basically reward you for playing smartly with more blood points. In 7.4, now you know, playing
hidden,
well
so
and
now it's
hitting your
not hidden.
blades successfully would help you like sort of empower your main event.
That's how it was before.
Now in 9.5,
when I play, I'll
it's
see that
finally visible.
before they update
It
this.
feedbacks
now it's
how you're
visible.
playing in more or less real time. It accounts for
Okay.
a bunch
Well,
of
that's
different
nice.
gameplay events that is related
Kinda
to
like
blade throwing,
Spears
but also
beforehand. And then
what
when I see
actions you
this,
do
like,
in the
oh,
game.
yeah.
And also,
You know?
style ranks now all
Otherwise, I'll be like, I have no idea
blade
because I
throw
wasn't
rate.
there when
So
how it was
the better,
beforehand
higher
and
style
after.
rank you are, the faster you can throw blades.
cool.
And you can also
like to
reload
know.
faster. So that particular moment of downtime, if you're skillful enough, it becomes much less painless and like allows you to even reload in chase.
So the speed part of Iron Maiden.
Yeah, so now it's built in. Yep. And basically,
in,
it's
huh?
like now style ranks. It's
Wow.
the core feature.
No.
Of his power. So we're excited to show it to you. And as you
Look
can
at that.
style ranks from E to F.
Look at the S. Oh, that's the one, right? Dude, why? No.
Yes. You start at
Look
E,
at the F.
and then each time you go up in rank, you start a combo timer. And the
Uh-oh.
goal is to always be accumulating style points. So you're going up in rank, or at the very least, refreshing your timer.
Okay, cool. And what you said something
Interesting.
about in-game actions.
Style
Yeah.
rank?
In-game actions count.
Ooh, well, we are going to have the full amount of details on the PTB patch notes,
Streamlined
but it's
or whatever.
about roughly a little less than a dozen actions.
Oh, this is not good. Dude. Not this. Why is it happening? Ah! Oh, suffering.
For example,
Food Tricks the Mains is going to have fun with that.
I sure hope so. And yeah, so here's our first demonstration of what a style point is.
Oh,
As you
wow.
can see in the demo video, the Trickster is picking a target, and then he is going to throw a blade, and as you can see, that was a first hit, and the Trickster gained a style point. As you can see, he went up, he got 1 style point in E
That's
rank,
nice.
and
Okay.
went up to half of E
Cool.
rank. Each style rank has a different amount of points to increase. And basically, it's by chaining actions that you go up in style ranks.
Interesting.
Do they decay at all?
Nice.
Yeah. So basically, if you do not gain a style point periodically, you will decay from rank.
It's
So
not
you'll
a
go, for
complete
example,
rework.
from C
Just
rank to D
updated.
rank back to E rank.
Okay.
So if you
Like
have a hard
Nightmare
time engaging
we
with
said
finding
before.
survivors, stuff like that, unfortunately, your style rank will go down. So yeah, here's an example on screen of style ranks. As you can see in the
The heck,
video,
man.
Trickster is damaging Yunjin, got a style points for injury, got a style point for breaking a pallet,
That's cool.
got a style point for
Style
injuring
point for
another
everything.
survivor again, but not for doing the same action twice in a row. This is
Okay.
so that's a subtlety. We consider a combo doing
Okay.
different actions back to back. So
Huh.
that's another
an important
layer
one.
for
Yeah.
so for
Interesting.
players who really want to main Trickster, learning how to weave your actions, blade throw,
this is neat.
injury, breaking a pallet, breaking a wall. I think that's going to make
cool.
interacting with maps an entirely new ball game in parlance.
Just changed this a
And so
lot,
now
man.
you're
This
interacting
adds
with
more
every
than just
sort of a lot of interactions you do with the
constantly
map
throwing blades.
will count.
That's why I assume that
Yeah.
other people playing them. It's like
And
non-stop.
also, maybe some people are asking,
And now it's like, oh,
what about
there's
main
a
event?
rank
Well, we're
every
getting
time
to
I try to do
that,
it,
but then we
so-
need to talk about S rank. So when you reach S rank, Trickster gains maximum throw rate, reveals survivors with killer instinct,
What
and
the
then
heck?
gain access to main event. So, and at S rank, you
What?
have 66 seconds to
Oh.
basically go super intense on survivors
nuts.
and find them.
So you've kept them streaming then, the double numbers.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like
Yeah.
this.
Well,
That
also
seems a
Killer
lot more
Instinct.
fun than
You
what I've
reveal
seen
survivors
before.
with Killer
Yeah.
Instinct for 4.4 seconds.
Okay. I was going to say, is that 66 seconds?
We had to keep
Yeah.
44 somewhere.
You have to have 44 in.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. So and yeah, well, you're in S rank. You're at your strongest sense, and you reload lockers faster. And also, importantly, lacerations.
Dude, it's kind of
will
like
decay
this. Another
slower.
killer has
Okay,
something
so
like
if
this.
you
Effect on
if
the
you
survivor.
inj-
Little
if you
different, but
lacerate
similar.
survivors at range, you can, for the duration of main event, kind of leave them be for a
I
little
did
while.
that.
You can
I just feel
stockpile
like some other one
lacerations
has
and
something like
manage
this.
more survivors that way.
Yeah. It makes it a bit more tactical.
Yeah, and we also improved main event. Now, main event, when you activate main event, you cash in your S rank, but then when you hit survivors in main event, you basically refund style points at the end. So now, as you can see on the video, you
Look at that.
gain
I like
S
that.
rank, and Trickster activates main event. And then you're hitting blades with survivors, and each blade triggers a bonus point. And when you're in fatigue, you get back your style ranks. So
It's infinite.
don't lose
Infinite
either,
blades.
really.
no, so you get now at S rank, a lot of options are open
What the
to
heck?
you. Do I use S rank to stay consistently
Who wasn't
stronger
dropping a
for
number
the
of
entire
blades?
duration, and
Or
then
into
return to
number.
E rank?
Okay.
Because S rank is like
What the
a
heck?
super mode.
Super
You
mode,
have to
yeah.
kind of, But the question is, where and when do I get to use main event to hopefully
He's not.
refund
See,
my
he's
style
got like an
ranks
infinite number.
and
It doesn't
keep
run out.
the pressure going.
Does it?
Makes sense. And
so
you
there's
can
a-
activate it
Well,
manually. You can
there's a
choose
time limit
when
to it.
and where.
Yeah, exactly. So I think
We
there's
still
like
have
a lot
23.
of
Still have
abilities now,
23.
choices to make with
Definitely.
Trickster.
Uh,
Yeah, I believe.
this is.
Fun. I love when he goes into main event.
Yeah, I mean, we've also, as you can see on screen, we've also like re-updated the laceration feedback on survivors. I think our team did a fantastic job.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing what the feedback on this is
Yes,
going to be.
I'm excited.
It's
We've
been
had a lot of fun.
Like, style was known because in a previous stream, I think it was Jeff that had the PowerPoint, and there was some letters that were highlighted, and so people figured out style was part of this. So I think they'd be pleased to see which way that developed.
Yeah, I'm very happy. It's the first time we've had a power like this in DBD.
We've got some questions.
I
Great.
feel like
Do you
it's
wanna read
similar
them?
to
You can
something
read them,
else,
I
but
can't.
still.
I have my glasses.
You have your
Different.
glasses on,
So
lend me them.
one of the questions we've
It's the
had
first time to
is,
see
will
like
the
a,
Trickster's add-on be reworked?
rank thing
Yes.
up top screen for it.
I believe only 3 add-ons stayed the same. So
that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot
so
of
it's
changes.
basically
I can't help but feel like
full
there's something
add-on
else a little
rework as
similar
well.
to it, but still very different.
Another question, will there be a sound cue for survivors once the Trickster reaches S rank? Yes, it will be heard map-wide, because when the Trickster hits S rank, everybody needs to know, because he's at his most lethal. And also, we added a sound cue when you're in range of his main event.
All right, that's good. Yeah.
So if you hear main
that is
event,
feedback to to the survivor of what is going on.
yeah. Another question that we have is Yunjin getting anything as part of this update? So we've actually done a pass on certain original all-kill perks. So they will be shown on PTB. But yes, Trickster and Yunjin's perks are getting a pass to just help bring them more to modern DBD.
I'm looking forward to seeing what people think of Fast Track.
Yes.
In this one. I think that one's going to be kind of interesting.
You're teasing. That's not fair.
I like to tease. So
well, I'm excited for the update to crowd control. I think it'll be.
Well, you're teasing even more now, aren't you?
Well, we're here for a reason.
So again, PTB Tuesday. Feedback all on the forums, Reddit, Discord. We're looking forward to it. This has been a lot of work involved in this, so I'm really excited to get
I'm very proud of the team.
Original.
It's like, I've been told internally the Skyrank UI is the most complex UI element we've ever done on Dead by Daylight.
It doesn't surprise me. I've been in those conversations.
No, it looks great, and I think people are going to love the little attention to detail.
Yeah, it's really, really good. So. Thank you so much, Nick.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
You've had a lot to do in the last few months.
Yes, I've been busy. Enjoy the PTB, everyone.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And we've got...
Yeah.
We have something really cool, but we need a little transition. And then I will invite some more people onto the sofa.
Bye-bye. New map walkthrough. Okay, here we go. Look at this. See this. Yeah, I might check this all out in the future after I'm done with this reaction video. But I need some time to try to get it all set up. Of course. So, we'll have to immediately right after this reaction video. It won't happen sometime later on. Yep. If I'll do it, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I probably may, but then again, we'll see what happens. If it doesn't happen, then edit out. Something came up, I guess. I mean, it's a PTV. Whether I check out the PTV or not, we'll still see it when it comes out in the official, like, public.
So welcome back. Thank you very much
the actual
for staying.
servers.
Hi. We
outside
have
the PTV. Either way, it's still going to be checking it out.
I'd like to introduce Michael.
One way or another.
Michael, would you like to say what you're
We
doing?
saved the best for last, what I wanted to say. Get hyped. You're going to love it.
Oh, that's a perk thing. Save the best for last.
I know what I'm doing.
Can't TBD things with me.
I'll just be checking out twice.
Well, hello.
You know,
My
whether
name's Michael.
PTV or
I'm
not.
a level artist, and I was the map owner for a new environment that we're going to have upcoming in DBD. So back in 2021, when we first released the Trickster, there was a lobby that went alongside him.
Yep.
And I know that a lot of players thought the environment was super cool and had a lot of
lobby.
potential.
Neon lights.
It is my great pleasure to finally reveal Dead by Daylight's newest map.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're excited for
Am I
this.
to jump through these?
Yeah, we're going to switch over to
There
the
we go, the
PowerPoint.
Trickster's Delusion. Now, this map also comes with its own realm called the Sleepless District. Upon first glance, this map could be the Trickster's ultimate fantasy. There is blood and bodies littered throughout the streets. There are posters of the Trickster himself, you know, scattered everywhere, plastered on all the walls.
Wow.
And there are even fireworks that can be triggered at some point during the trial.
Oh, that's
A
cool.
nice little surprise. But
Talk
for
about a
players
big
that inspect a little
ego.
further,
Really?
especially those that read Korean, I think they'll find that this construct serves more of a torturous reminder for the atrocities that Ji-woon has committed. and how he can never escape them.
Huh.
This is looking so cool.
So the gameplay area for this map is 23 tiles. The layout is static, similar to Raccoon City Police Station.
Okay.
We really wanted to use the structures and the landmarks to give a certain sense of directionality to this environment. This is something that I really tried to implement on the previous map that I did, which is the Ormond Lake Mine. And we wanted to help create like a layout that was fairly simple and easy to learn. Now, this is easier said than done for a city block, but the map can actually be divided into 4 sections, and there's a main road that cuts right through, and both exit gates can be found on either end of this main road, and they do not change. So in one corner of the map, I can explain, there's the main building, which is the nightclub. And then opposite to the nightclub, we have the market and the park, which is a bit more of like a open area with a bit of greenery.
Market and a park.
In this market and park, players can find a very familiar building with a certain layout that has been themed to the environment. And finally, we have the high streets and the low streets.
Yeah, this stuff, I feel like in other trailers for other chapters.
The colors.
That is amazing. That's, that's a top
this
down,
realm could be like for all those other
and this kind of explains
past chapters had a city. Like the Ghoul, Tokyo Ghoul had a city.
That really helps when you're trying to learn a map.
It wasn't Neon though. That's that kind of realm, right? Or a city realm.
That sort of thing, where there's a vault location, where there's pallets.
One, but
so having it split like that, it just
Leon like
so
this.
much.
So the overall layout is fairly simple, but
who knows?
Especially in the high and low streets, it can get very maze-like. You know, it's not to say that there aren't some maze-like elements to this map or some variation in the gameplay elements. You can find plenty of that.
Nightclub.
So we can start by looking at the nightclub. There's a coat check. There's a VIP bar and lounge. There's even a backstage area, and in the center is a very ominous-looking mosh pit where thick fog enshrouds a dark and mysterious scene that we can find below. There's also a spectacular light show accompanied with by some music done by the trickster himself, but we'll let players discover that for themselves.
That area looks
in the market
similar to some other areas.
It's a lot more open, as I said previously. There are food trucks, market stalls, vendors' tables scattered all throughout.
It reminds me of an area from the...
We really wanted each section of this map to have its own sort of unique feel and aesthetic. So the border walls of this market that surround the whole thing are done with a more sort of traditional style, you know, stone wall. And we can see these beautiful paper lanterns.
It's like a realm of streets and... city realm or whatever.
So good.
I
remember when the team was starting this, the goal was like make the prettiest map possible.
There was no city like realm.
Kind of did that.
Yeah, so the market too, it serves as a nice contrast between the futuristic, you know, like super bright, colorful, modern aesthetic that we have elsewhere throughout the map. This one's a lot more sort of traditional. And it'll give players a bit of a break from the ultra stimulating lights and colors. Speaking of lights and colors, we have the high streets. So here you can find stores, restaurants, even a karaoke bar.
Yes.
The chapter with the cross
when I saw the it was like I'm such a karaoke fan. I was like, it's like a gift from God.
Right?
Yes. We had a lot of fun.
So many little details.
And this is named the same kind of city.
So yeah, the high streets are even paved with like
same realm, type of realm.
Tile, and it's all blocked from vehicle access, so it's like a pedestrian
Well, we imagine what
area.
different kind of maps you'll have in this new realm.
That's so cool.
These are some
They're all
examples
city-like.
of the interior of the stores. The overall ambience is a lot brighter and cleaner and livelier.
Yeah, he's not very loud.
This is Chuck, by the way.
We love Chuck.
I was gonna say, yeah, I can see Chuck.
He's friendlier than he looks.
Jesus. Oh, that got really loud there.
So opposite,
Chuck.
yeah, opposite to the high streets are the low streets. So here, you know, you can find some stores and restaurants as well, but there are also a few abandoned buildings, and the mood is a lot dingier and darker. So it was super important for us that these two districts
Like remember in the Resident Evil
distinct
trailers?
identity, because again, they can feel pretty
Daylight,
maze-like.
they had some areas look like they're out in the city with cars.
There is that distinction
Which
there,
isn't in the actual
that's
map.
Really good. And I got to say, I love on the PowerPoint.
I'm just saying, from past trailers showed like a city, like,
highlighted area,
Jason.
which part of the map.
Yeah, that's a
image.
really
Only in
great
the
way
trailers,
to
not in the
walk through
game.
this.
Really, really good. I love it.
Yeah, well, those two zones,
It's like the
especially
realm
like
for
up
those
near Corner
locations.
Corner, the high streets and low streets, they act as
I
a
know
nice
what those
foil
are.
to like the map's more sort of overall layout
streets.
being a bit very simplistic and static because you have all kinds of stores and alleyways, you know, connecting and chaining together. And the level designer did a really cool job finding all kinds of ways to make some cool loops and ensure some interesting gameplay.
Man,
I think you've all done amazing on this. I'm really excited to see this map.
look at that.
Oh, so much.
Yeah, because it's been a long time request.
Again, look at that in that shot right there. Look at that detail. There's so many little bits.
Yeah, we actually have some
footage.
in-game footage here.
Gosh.
If you could click play, awesome.
Oh, this is
So
a
this
good.
map, we really wanted to blend the aspects of indoor and outdoor maps together. So there are many places to hide and be stealthy, but there are also some open areas and large streets and alleyways for ranged killers or killers with dash powers.
Yeah.
Again, like the way that all the stores are kind of intersecting, and we have the alleyways, you know,
Yeah,
cutting
some of these
through one
locations
another,
reminded
makes for
of
some
what we
rather
saw in the
interesting
Raccoon
gameplay.
City, you know, for Resident Evil.
Yeah.
That's just only in the trailer.
That's really
subway.
cool.
I love it.
Dude,
So we knew that
I
creating
like
this
this
type
stuff
of
from like,
environment would be
Dying
a
Light,
very
Dying Light
tricky challenge
franchise.
because, you know, basing it on the city of Seoul, its
They do
unique
a Dying
identity is
Light
so
collab.
tied with visual clutter
Who knows?
and constant,
Like
you know, visual
theorizing
noise.
of future
And
collabs.
we knew that we had to make sure that the density
A
of
Dying
lights and
Light
colors
franchise with the
still had
volatiles.
to be pretty high to
From the
best
city.
represent the environment that we were depicting. But at the same
Does the
time,
Tokyo Ghoul
this
get
came with a bit of a
a map
cost.
in this round?
We recognize that it would
Maybe
hinder
not. Who
some of
knows?
the
Never know.
players' capabilities for finding some gameplay objectives.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm happy to announce that we also created a. Oh, that's the same video. A new asset that will be paired with generators.
Huh.
It's a unique sign that will flicker
Look at that.
and until the generator is complete. So hopefully this will allow players to kind of view it from a distance and be able to spot these all throughout the map.
Oh, so it's not just in buildings, it's going to be generators that are on the outside as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
God, they're so quiet.
We'll have
when
them
they
on
talk with their
in the
microphones.
front of certain buildings to indicate what generators are inside.
Man.
Okay.
But for the ones that are outside, we figured we might as well make this language consistent and just have them everywhere.
That's
Yeah, can't turn it up
Let's
anymore.
look
This
at
is
the exit.
how does it get?
It was very fun
I
to.
was talking to Dork earlier about this because she captured a bunch of these shots earlier, and even this is apparently quite a creepy experience when you're, even though you're escaping, it's a bit of a creepy, spooky subway experience.
That
You
tunnel.
never quite know where you're going when you run through those exit gates.
That's a subway.
where the
Oh
killer
my
chasing
god.
you.
I
Here's some
can't
more
wait to see all the future maps we'll have in this round.
Yeah, it's completely different, isn't it? Because that is so much more toned down with the lights and the lighting and the
It
colours.
reminds me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja
so
Turtles, like New
overall,
York City or something.
It was pretty challenging working on this environment. It was super, super fun, though. It was a
Oh,
very
weird.
fun challenge. Our environment
Yeah.
team, you know, we're not the biggest, and we
Two
had to be very
locations.
clever with how we modularized everything to fill the most space
Man.
in the smallest amount of time. But we also wanted to keep, you know, areas unique enough to stand out as landmarks, because we didn't want it to be just one gigantic maze.
Yeah, having a landmark is really important. You can
Big
find
map.
out where on the map you are when you're playing. things like
How
that.
the heck, man?
The
4
shadow.
areas in the whole map.
That's right.
I'm just enraptured. I'm sorry. I should be filling the air here. There's Chuck again.
Ooh, just one
Chuck.
shot.
There's a second character similar to Chuck who actually is my favorite that I will not spoil.
I think
It's
I
your
prefer.
Yeah.
favorite? You
Oh,
picked
you might-
favorites?
We're gonna have a civil war between
Dude.
these two mascots.
I'm sorry, but you can't
Hold on.
pick
Hello.
favorites.
Well, now we just showed it.
Okay, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
Get spoiled.
Yeah, so there are a lot of
I
cool
mean,
Easter eggs and secrets kind of littered
Is
throughout
there
this map.
anything for,
and
like,
some,
you know, the
jump
chapter
scares
2
maybe. I
for
won't spoil too much.
Five Nights at
I
Freddy's?
think the players are
The
going to have
Five
a really
Nights
fun
at
time
Freddy's second
exploring
chapter?
these and discovering these for themselves.
I'm
Might
definitely
have
looking forward
something
to
in this
seeing and
round.
finding the
Who
Easter
knows?
eggs.
I'm
I've
very
seen the
feel like
posts
it
on
might.
it, see who finds
Or
things
maybe
first.
not. We'll
Exactly,
see.
yeah. I'm super proud
Like
of all the
security
people
breach?
that contributed to this map. I think it turned out
This
great.
big game,
Audio,
security
the
breach?
VFX, the animations, the level design, of course, the lighting. all of it
we'll see
helped
what they
to
do.
come together and breathe so much life into this environment.
You know, this realm
And I
will
think,
start off
yeah,
with the
players are gonna
trickster.
have fun
I'll kill.
exploring and ducking and hiding, and also stalking and chasing in this this new map, the
It
Trickster's
looks fun.
Like
Delusion.
you hide and stalk
It
people.
looks fun and it suits him.
I
Let's
like
be
that
fair,
name because
suits him.
it's basically like a hell of his own making, right? It's like it's
Yeah.
beautiful, but he's being tortured by his past.
There's a lot of
we got
games
some
that this
questions.
realm reminds me of. Literally.
First one, Richard
Oh my gosh.
Carter, 2021.
You
How
know,
large
possible
is this map?
collabs with different possible new
As I
maps
mentioned,
that
it's
go in
23
that realm.
tiles, but this doesn't include the border fence.
I
Usually,
could go in
think
that
when
realm,
we
and that's what I was
calculate the
just
number of
thinking,
tiles, we
imagining.
give that as a surface area.
Who
It's
knows?
not including the border fence.
Which one? What map does that
Just
carry?
makes me think what kind of map, like,
I've been told it's
if there
on the
was any
smaller
future
side,
license.
but you know, there's
Go
no
into that
change in
realm.
like elevation, like no secondary floors in this map.
Okay, that helps. Yeah.
But
There's
there
no
are,
secondary
like I know that
floors.
the nightclub, because that mosh pit in the center is quite large, but you cannot access it. It's more of a, you know, a pit where you can go around the middle. That's a lot of unused gameplay space, and there is.
Ah,
You know,
okay.
it's a pretty big building to kind of navigate, like go around, but there's a lot of gameplay elements and some cool loops dotted here and there.
Huh.
It's gonna be fun.
Wow.
Okay, another one. I don't know if this is your realm so much, but from DJ Leader, will there be music?
There will be music in the club, but not at first.
Oh.
That's a good way of putting it. From Raven AZ, what
That verse.
realm will this be part of?
So as I said, this is going to be a new realm, and it's going to be called the Sleepless District.
Heck yeah.
Sleepless
so
District?
cool.
I'll know
And
later on.
also, we did want to mention this will be in PTB on
Right.
Tuesday, so just
Tuesday.
a few days away. It's PTB, so we're still actually not shipped yet. So we're still doing optimization on the performance of it. As you might imagine, there's a lot going on in this map. So what you experience on the PTB won't be what you experience once it launches. There might be a little bit of performance work that's still being
All
done.
right, I could
for
wait
that
till it
patch
actually
that-
launches
the
and
patch,
check it out.
The file that goes
Either way.
live on shipping day. So
So you could have a little FPS drops here and there
If
and
I
things
go
like that, especially
live
in the areas
or
where there's
people do
highlighting. That
Yeah.
sort
on
of thing.
Twitch.
exactly. But this looks so good. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being on the
for having
stream,
You.
by the way.
Yes, thank you. First time.
I'm
on our
very
stream.
excited.
And
Get to showcase this cool new environment that we did.
That's so cool. I'm
We're
really
super
excited to
excited
see
to have
people
you.
dive into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is, we're going to wrap it up. It's been
Yeah.
a rather long show. Thank you for sticking with us today, folks, if you have. I know a lot of you have. I really appreciate
thank
it.
you. Yeah.
And again, thank you again. Happy to have you back next time you get another map to show.
Oh, definitely.
And we're going to wrap it up. So
Another map?
PTB is on Tuesday,
Be Tuesday.
and you get to
Tuesday.
test out pretty much everything that was in the show today.
Everything.
Not the
Oh,
grimoire
PTV
stuff,
isn't
but,
today. It's Tuesday.
that
Yes.
vote is coming next week too.
Yeah.
That's next week's vote, and the grimoire
I
will
guess
be
they're
done
mixed
later
up.
this year. I
It's
keep
a
seeing that, and
mess.
I saw that in chat that
Of what
everyone's
I'm
thinking it was
seeing.
coming this summer. It is going to be later
Like
in the year.
PTV Tuesday, then what PTV is
But
going
again,
on right
thanks
now?
everybody. It's been a
Thank you
pleasure
so
being with
much.
you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Probably
Bye.
a mistake. Goodbye. Yeah, it's probably a mistake. I don't know. Weird. Why? Because I thought I saw something like there's a PTV today or something. It's like, no. It just said next Tuesday. Really? Yeah, I think a lot of people are not on the same page with some things. What I'm seeing in some areas or whatever. Or across their socials, even inside the Discord. But Dead by Daylight. Weird. So thanks for watching. Well, thanks for sharing. Oh, nice. A new map. Makes you kind of like wonder and speculation at what kind of future chapters, what kind of maps we'll see in this area. All sitting like, makes you like I said before. Like what I said before earlier, kind of reminds me of all those city like locations that you kind of notice in past trailers for past chapters. You kind of already noticed, like when I said Tokyo Ghoul chapter, right? Inside the trailer, there's like a city like location in the trailer, right? Yeah, it's like that's what seeing this new realm is reminding me of those past trailers and new chapters actually had something like that in them. And it's like, yeah, that's what was coming to mind. Yes, imagine if they did something like, oh, like if Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th ever, if that were to ever show up in this game one day or something, if that ever happens, I don't know, who knows. I mean, what, they had like a map where, oh, Jason goes to Manhattan. That was a movie, right? A Friday the 13th movie where Jason goes to Manhattan or something, like New York City. Like, what is like a New York City Manhattan for Jason? That's silly. That's what popped in my head when I was looking at that map. All the other possible chapters that would maybe have a map in that realm. I was just thinking. Why I thought Ninja Turtles and stuff. Well, it's because it's a city. But no, why would Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show up in Dead by Daylight? That wouldn't happen. No. And I was just thinking of I don't know, I was just thinking of stuff that came to mind that would happen to be in a city-like location. And that just randomly popped up, even though that would never probably, of course, never happen in Dead by Daylight. Like, what if they, like, for example, what if something like, say, the Gremlins, you know, oh, like, what if the Gremlins, yeah, the Gremlins, yeah, what if the Gremlins show up in Dead by Daylight? Just saying, like, what if there was, like, a Gremlins chapter, you know? And of course, there was, like, a city in the Gremlins, right? Or something like that with the movie theater and everything. I don't know, I think that's the realm of where that kind of map would be. I was just thinking of different possibilities of what possible, who knows, future chapters, what kind of maps would show up in that kind of realm. Like from past trailers we've already seen, we finally get a map for that previous chapter that has already happened. Yeah, that's what was going through my head when seeing that new map. Yeah, it's weird, because I'm not kidding when I say I saw somewhere here on their socials. I don't know why they're saying 222. Like I'm not kidding when I say I saw something like, oh, 222. Weird. Unless someone was confused or mixed up. Like, I don't know, man. It seems like people are not on a clear page or clear. Everyone's not on the same page. Clear understanding when there is or isn't a 222. I'm like, what the heck? Are there two 222s? Next 222, right? Let's say it's happening Tuesday. So that's like next Tuesday on the 24th, I guess. And 222 isn't like right now. Okay, and I was mistaken, because I'm not kidding. Before reacting to this community stream, I saw something like a 222 somewhere. Like literally on their socials. Like if I look up on X inside the Discord group. What? Oh Lord. Ugh. Oh God. That's weird. Oh. Doing something stupid on my end. Excuse me. It's distracting. Alright, what the hell? Hold on. See if I can pull it up. Find what I'm looking for. Like, it's weird. Oh, okay. Never mind. Nah, I was just all mixed up. Literally, I was mixed up from what I was reading. I misread some stuff. Yeah, of course there's no 222 today. I don't know why I thought there was, and why I was saying throughout this video if there was or not. I got mixed up with what I read. Never mind. Like, yeah. Comeback Trickster's Delusion map reveal. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. P2V 2026, February 24th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, or 10 a.m. Central Time, or 8 a.m. Pacific Time. Yeah, P2V is on the 24th. Okay. Why did I not see that? I mean, it's literally right there. Why did I not see that? I could probably show you guys on screen what I'm looking at. Why not? I just looked up. You can see it on their X, you know? You can see on Dead by Daylight's X. Was talking a little about the map, the comeback, all killed comeback. I guess it's like a part 2 chapter for an original chapter. How about that? Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah. Neat. I guess I could like showed you guys what I was seeing, but it's something related to the P2B. If you look in their socials on like X or somewhere, or like on YouTube Shorts or whatever, they post a bit of the map before this news stream. Yeah, it's like what? Right. Yeah, they post a map reveal clip, P2B, and it just says the date, February 24th. So I don't know, sorry about that, excuse me, of course. If people already knew and they were hearing me say throughout this video that, no dude, the P2B is not yet. It's next Tuesday. I don't know why I was thinking, like I saw something that made me think P2B was today, like, no. Weird. I'm mixed up. I got mixed up there. Like, it's literally right there, like, there, right in your face. How did I not see that? It's like, dude, like, right there. How do I overlook that on screen, on their socials, on X, or where, like, on YouTube Shorts, or whatever. They'll post information with the map the all-kill comeback map reveal. It showed that. Yeah, before, who knows, man. So I'm gonna try and play I'll try and play some Trickster, man. Before this this P2B and such happens. Will I check out the P2B? Maybe not. We'll see. What am I saying? You know what happens on February 24th? It's not February 24th yet as we're doing this live. Whether it's in this live or not. Yeah, this lasts until like 2 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon. How long this lasted. Yeah. It's the first community stream I ever reacted to. I usually do a reaction to the new chapters. But, hey, I don't know when I'll do another reaction to another community stream. We'll see what happens. Yeah, the Grimoire and such. Nice new community, nice new quality of life updates. Like, changes the auras, the color of the auras, so I can distinguish the aura of a survivor from the frickin' generator. Why they're all red? Ah! Now, like, when I'm playing someone like the Dredge, playing as somebody like the Dredge, because I like to have some, like, see some aura of the survivors. I try to reveal their auras when I play as the Dredge a lot. And it's like, what the frick? I have a hard time seeing them, because they're all the same colors of frickin' gens. Jesus, because they kind of overlap the gen as the same color. They camouflage, they blend in with the generator. It's like, my god, they're finally changing that. That's nice. That's nice too. That we saw through the community stream. And yeah, I mean, the community chapter looks nice. Yeah, we got divine killer. It's like you get punished for your sins inside the killer's realm. The killer has a realm. So you get pulled in that realm and then you're back into the entity's realm. Like, wait, what? You get pulled from the entity's realm into the killer's realm and then back to the entity's realm? I'm like, what? 2 different realms. I guess you could say the void. The void's kind of like a realm. The void and the fog. Dead by Daylight's version of the void. Like, they consider it like a junkyard where everything is discarded and forgotten. That's how most people kind of describe the void. But there's no clear definition of what the void is. It's, you find eldritch or cosmic entities or whatever there and such. Like, just It's not beyond human comprehension. It's like usually nothingness. There's no upside down. There's no up. There's no down. There's no left. There's no right in this realm. There's no light. It's just darkness or whatever. Nothing makes sense of it. You can't make sense of it. That's why it's called the void. It's where, you know, when things no longer exist, you no longer exist. You're forgotten. When things are just forgotten, they get discarded into the void. I guess that's one way to describe it. It's like a junkyard. That's why I see how it's used or described in most forms of media. Yeah. I don't know why I bring up the void. I think Dead by Daylight has their own version of the void. So, I don't know why I brought up the whole thing with the void. I think I was talking about the void in Dead by Daylight. You know, like the Haunted by Daylight event. They had the void. You go there with void energy. Yeah, that's their version of it. Because there's no absolute definition of what the void is. There's no clear definition. Everyone seems to have their own interpretation of what the void is. And I mean, that kind of just fits it, because there's no clear definitive description or definition for what the void really is. You can't really define it. If you try to define it, it's just, you can't. In general, I don't know. I was only saying that because of the void and Haunted by Daylight. Weird how I brought that up. Because we're talking about realms. Like the Killer's Realm for the Grimoire, for the community chapter. And then what is this, like, orbital strike comes down from the top of this, just from the top of the, like, from above, and it comes straight down, and like, you just, like, you see him moving his hand across the screen, just that moving across, like, what the, like an orbital strike, as they said. That's weird. I don't know why I thought that would be kind of similar to, like a Henry Creel, or One, aka, like, they call him Vecna in Stranger Things. His actual name is, like, Henry Creel, or One. Like, 11, Jane Hoffer, aka 11, in Stranger Things, yeah. Because this other guy's name was, like, One. His name was One, or Henry Creel. You know, they called him Vecna. Like, yeah, he has like a sort of like a range projectile thing that comes out of the ground. And now this community chapter looks like it's almost similar, but instead something coming out of the ground, it's coming from like upward from the sky. It comes from the sky and just shoots down to the ground. A good thing would shoot through the floor, shoot through the top floor and the bottom floor. Other than that, like, what the frick? Because it's like it says, like an orbital kind of strike. And what the heck? They were talking about the Killer's power, or the Killer of the community chapter. That's what they were talking about, of course. I was just talking about some of the things they said in the community stream. So, yeah. I guess I might go live for the P2V when it comes out on February 24th. I don't know why I thought I was going to go live for a P2V shortly after this reaction video, because, yeah, I was mixed up and thought there was P2V, but there isn't. Yeah. That's it for this reaction video. Me reacting to Dead by Daylight's, you know, February 2026 community stream. Yeah, the community stream that they had. I just did a reaction to. Yeah, so I gotta re-edit the description of this video and the title if you're seeing this live. If you're not seeing this live, the title will be a little different from what it is when I was doing this live. Excuse me for a sec. Snoozing over here. Excuse me. I had to mute the microphone so you wouldn't hear that. Sometimes I don't mute the microphone in time, and you just hear the beginning of it, but just because I knew the microphone too late. Sometimes, like what happened earlier. Yeah, whatever. Oops. Yeah, sorry about that. yeah. Anyway, what are your guys' thoughts? Yeah. What are your thoughts about this community stream that like the community stream for February 2026? What are your thoughts on that? Hey, if you want, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this that I reacted to and stuff. Hey, if you want, you can share it in the comments down below if you want to. You can make it this far in the video and such, of course. Yeah, I guess if you enjoyed this, I don't know, watch this reaction video or whatever, leave checking this out. Yeah, just, you can let me know whether or not you do it with the like button. Totally up to you. Only good thing out of that is so I can see what you guys want to see more of on my channel, Otherwise, it's the point of the like button. That's totally up to you, you want it or not. Yeah, and I guess if you're new to my channel, or you're seeing this for the first time, I guess if you'd like to see more content like this, or do my other content I create on my channel, if you made it this far in the video, I guess if you enjoyed seeing my reaction or whatever with this, this video I react to in Dead by Daylight. You could subscribe or select the bell notification so you're notified and you don't miss another live video or upload like this. You want to know when it happens next. Here on YouTube, at least. So, or you want to keep up with everything I'm doing and stay in the know what I'm going to do next. You want to know what I might do next? I want to keep up with everything across all my socials. Not just here on YouTube. And you can follow me on all my social media, in the description down below. Like on Discord or on X. I'll notify you on X. If I go live on Twitch, you'll follow me over there on Twitch. If I go live on Twitch, I go over there for like Twitch drops. That sort of thing. Of course, that's if you're new and something like that. But of course, if you are not new and you've already done all that and such, then, hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for your support. Thanks for being here. Whether you're seeing this live or not, because, like I said, you don't have to watch all my videos when they have them live. I just do them live to just get them done and out of the way over anything that's kind of time sensitive. But, yeah, whether you see it live or not, you can always see it with upload because it's a video, but there's a live stream, like on Twitch. Yeah. Like, if you don't even go on Twitch, I'll still make it so you're able to see the live stream from here on YouTube while it's happening on Twitch. I'll do something like that too. Multi-streaming or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, thanks again, guys. Thanks for your support and everything. Thanks for being here. Thanks for lurking in the chat. You were here. Yeah, thanks for lurking. Whether it's this live or not. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I don't know. I will probably have some videos this weekend. We'll see. I'm not going to promise anything. Don't want to promise anything, but I have a feeling I'll probably do another video on something this weekend. Seasonal event related, seasonal event related. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway. We were reacting to Dead by Daylight. That community stream. The first time I ever react to community stream. I usually react to their new chapters. I guess this seems like a second chapter for All Kill Comeback. It's like a part 2 chapter. Is there really a survivor? Who knows? A new survivor with this new realm? Who knows? It's like a second chapter for original chapter. I don't know, just by looking at it, All Kill Comeback. Yeah, so anyway, like always, yes, yeah, like always, yep. And with that said, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye! Oh yeah, like, you later. Bye-bye. Bye. Yeah, see you guys later. Across all my other socials and such. Other than here. On YouTube. This is from mostly at. Sometimes I go on TikTok. Sometimes you can find over there too. If you want to keep up with whatever I'm doing across all the socials with it. I already said that, didn't I? Did I? feel like I haven't said that already. But yeah, catch you guys later. Yep. Alright, see you later. And thanks for joining me, whether it's this live or not. Yes. Alright. Bye. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hate when I have stuff on my... I was just eating something. I don't know. I was eating something. So I thought my tooth there. Yeah. What the heck? Excuse me. Yes. As I was saying. Okay. Thanks for watching. Yes, really. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching. Me doing this live reaction. Thanks for joining me and watching it. So do this reaction video over. Yeah, me doing this live reaction video over. Me live reacting to Dead by Daylight's. Okay, Dead by Daylight's February 2026 community stream. Community stream. It's like, I've never reacted to a community stream in this game before. Yeah, usually I always react to a new chapter, but hey, first time I reacted to a community stream. Oh, alright, yeah. It was nice, decent. Seeing a lot of quality of life changes. Yeah, that's that. But yeah, once again, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time in the next video or whatever I may be doing across the socials or whatever. Yeah, see you then. Alright, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Yep. Okay. Bye, yeah.